This is going to confuse everybody so much. So much. And I 100% completely and utterly blame Titans for it. So we had recently moved this stream to 9 PM on a Wednesday. So welcome everybody who is already in the audience. You're all beautiful people. We had moved it to this time on a Wednesday because Adrian decided to book his show at 8 PM UK time. And something I learned today, literally like an hour and a half ago that I never knew before, is that our time frame changes. We move on to daylight savings a week before the guys in the US do. Who knew? I didn't know that. So he went live at 7, and I was like, what's this? Lost me completely. So I had to jump in last minute and watch their show. And then he did the amazing thing of dumping everyone in the audience, which is great, right? But then I'm like, well, now they're all just sat there for an hour, and that makes me feel guilty. So I just decided to jump on early. And maybe we just do a slightly extended stream. I'm going to warn you now, right? I'm going to warn you now. Okay. I don't really have much to talk about 40k wise. I'm literally just here to hang out with you guys tonight, chat. So I am exceptionally excited about the new guard stuff that's been shown off. Obviously, we already did a stream about the new tank. Obviously, the new Lord Sailor is out. They did discuss it on the Titan stream, hot or grot. We can talk about it. They obviously have showcased some of the guard rules today, but realistically, we can just talk about whatever you want. Right? I'm easy. In the meantime, big shout out to Big Bad Meg over from the US of A who gifted a membership straight away before I even turned up. What a legend. Chris, super chat said, Liam. Thank you, mate. You're a hero. Don't forget 10% of all of our super chats do go to charity. And then Tim has upgraded to Scald. So he gets to come and watch our members only content, of which yesterday we used the Votan for the first time ever. Interesting, right? So let's just talk about anything you want. I'm just going to talk to chat tonight. I'm feeling like just talking to chat tonight, to be honest with you. I've been down lately. I'll explain.
Yay for more 40k show.
More 40k show, absolutely. I've been down lately, so come in and chatting to chat is... I say down. Down's maybe the wrong word. Maybe not down. I think I've suffered from a touch of burnout the last few days. And I've been a kind of feeling a bit low. Down isn't... Like, I'm not in a bad place before anyone worries, so don't worry about that, right? I'm just a kind of a bit... at the moment. Bit meh. You know what I mean when I say that? You with me, chat? You get what I'm saying? I guess there's a little part of me that's a bit tired of some of the 40k audience, which sounds like a bit of a sort of negative place to be, or the wrong thing to say for someone who runs a channel. Not you guys, not the watching audience on YouTube who are exceptionally positive and are here because they love the hobby, but more because god damn, our community likes to complain, doesn't it? And it's kind of like, stop fucking complaining, for Christ's sake. It's a game and a hobby. I went to a GT this last weekend. Deployment Zone.tv runs GTs every single month, end of the month. Went to this one last weekend. And the positivity there is so much nicer. People are just there to have fun and enjoy themselves. 2 people turned up to a 2,000 point GT and 2 people bought Warhound Titans. Right? That's impressive.
Have you seen the Warhammer official size comparison of the Rogel Dawn? Also, Liam, you don't need room for the gun to recoil in the turret when the whole tank can recoil on its treads. Also, Tankux.
Thank you so much, Siege Roots, you absolute legend.
Don't be May. Talk to Uncle Dave.
I'm all right, Dave. We'll get through it for the show. I'll talk about it, right? But it's not. It's not all about me feeling that. It's not. That's not the whole point of us being here. I'm not looking for the sympathy card. I'm just explaining to you. Look, I've been a bit. Today I just kind of chilled and just watched some shit TV and slowly built some models on my desk just because I could. I didn't do anything that was really productive for a day. I just tried to have a bit of a day off because I've just been, since I got back from the US, it's been non-stop, which is not a bad thing, but especially with my fucking wild ADHD, non-stop literally means non-stop. I just don't stop. Joe was saying to me yesterday, like, I almost can't cancel yesterday evening stream, and Joe was saying you should cancel, and I was like, I can't cancel. We've got people that are expecting a stream. I can't cancel the stream, despite the fact that I threw up every on Monday, didn't sleep Monday night, and actually went to sleep yesterday afternoon before the stream. I was like, I can't cancel. People expect us to be there, Jay. So I've been non-stop since I got back, which has been great. It's been great, and I'm happy with the progress that we're making. But goddamn, I'm tired. Right? Can you tell by my eyes? I'm tired right now. It's been a long one, and I'm just kind of a bit fed up of people's negativity in general. So I don't want people to not tell people when they're sad or upset or down. That's not what I'm about, right? You guys know what I'm about in terms of mental health. But I kind of just sort of think to myself, this is a hobby that's for fun. The world is a bit of a shit place right now, right? Global recession, etc. War in Ukraine, etc. The world's a bit of a shit place right now. Please don't be miserable in my hobby. This is the place, you guys, this is the place I come to be happy and have fun, right? This is where I want to chill out and enjoy myself. And so I don't like being bombarded with messages of just moaning and whinging. Maybe it's just me.
Have a pint on me.
Oh, thanks, Pete. You're a hero. A big shout out to Kianon as well. Gifting 5 memberships. What a fucking hero. He's a legend for doing that. If you've been gifted membership, please make sure you use it, because it's super kind of him to give you a free go. It's amazing, right?
Sending virtual hugs. Your health comes over stream.
Nope, streams work. Stream comes first. Streams work, right? But then tea time with Toby, you know what I mean. I'm all joking aside. Don't worry, I'll look after myself. But I actually, I drugged up yesterday, had a nap before stream, drugged up, went on stream and played the game. I actually was glad I did, because I felt better after it, just because I enjoyed myself. I just had fun playing on camera, playing with Jay.
Every nerd group complains. GW has a lot of fans.
Every nerd, isn't that true, T. Lewis? Every nerd group complains. But sometimes I just wonder, I get that some people prefer to be negative, I guess. Does anyone actually... I mean, it comes across that some people prefer to be negative. But this is a hobby. This is a fun hobby for enjoyment. So logically, to me, it makes more sense to fish that enjoyment out over just choosing to be negative. Kai. Right, Kai's in chat. Kai, you haven't messaged me. I have dice here to send you from last week. Right? I have dice here to send you from last week because of your super chats. I need to know your details, otherwise I can't post them to you. Sorry, chat. I will get to your comments in a minute. It's just I noticed he's there. Now, some of this has come from today, and it's just something I've noticed. Now, I'm going to go on record and sort of put my hands up here and say that over the course of the next couple of minutes, I'm potentially going to be a minor hypocrite. Okay, I'm aware of this, and I wanted to let you guys know early that potentially I'm going to be a bit of a hypocrite. Because when Votan came out, I was very vocally negative about it. I thought that codex was absolutely bonkers and insane. And I'm kind of glad I was negative about it, because I didn't think that should have been allowed to fly. They did obviously do some work to address the problems, which is great. But I've come to realise that actually people are going to choose to be negative, whether it's a good or bad or whatever. So they released some rules for some of the tank stuff today, and some of the internet's already lost its mind. And I'm like, it's not that bad. Now, when I did do my this book's too strong Votan codex sort of stream, I at least had the codex in my hand before I went, this is fucking bonkers. I get the impression, I get the feeling, I want to get a feeling from chat for this as well. I get the feeling that people just want to hate on GW. They just want to be negative about Games Workshop. It's very common amongst streamers and video creators. I guess it's clickbaity video. I guess that's what it is. Don't get me wrong. They don't necessarily always do the best job. Let's look at the 40k app. Let's look at the discrepancies between the General's Handbooks and the war zones, etc. Right? They've talked about that on the Titan stream previously. I'm not going to go into those details, but just look, they typically get lots of things wrong. But I feel like some people just want to be kind of negative. They just want to... Games Work... I feel like Games Workshop come out publicly now. And they could say, okay, any single person who's bought something from Games Workshop in the last 12 months, from their site specifically, we're going to give you a free 2,000 point 40k army. And I think there's people out there that would go, fucking hell, I wanted 3,000 points. Like, that's where I think we are at the moment. There's this negativity around 40k. Numbers are down. And I feel like it's becoming an infection. I feel like it's sticking around, and people are there's bandwagoning going on, right? And I'm still having so much fun with it. Like I said, last night I played with Joe, didn't really want to stream, almost cancelled the stream. Last minute said to him, yep, actually come, let's get it on. So 2:30, I think that was. And he was like, fuck, jumped in the car, brought the Votan down. We got all the pre-stream stuff ready, went live, gave myself no time to do that whatsoever because we normally do it lots in advance. And I actually was so glad I did because just standing there and playing 40k with Joe I just enjoyed it. Life's too short, people, right? Let's just have fun with this hobby. Let's just be positive for Christ's sake, right? I don't like, and yes, if things are terrible bad, if they really overstep, you know me, I'm going to come on stream and call them out for it anyway. But it's just not. GW aren't that bad. The hobby's not that bad. It's just not that bad. Can you still, at this point in time, pick up your army and go and play with mates? You probably can. You probably can go and enjoy yourself as well. Hey, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just living in this crazy world. But it's hard. It's a fight, right? It's a battle. So I'm back to attempting to grow sub numbers, etc. on the channel, and obviously the current tidal wave of negativity that exists in this space right now makes my life trying to grow a channel actually completely fucking impossible near enough, because people just they choose to unsub rather than hitting that sub button, right? Oh, look at that, it does that. I didn't know it does that. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that off. There you go, fixed it. Cool. Live. I didn't like all the things above me. I think I like to keep the members one, but I don't think I like the other ones, so I got rid of the other ones. I felt like they felt a bit beggy. You know what I mean? This one, right, Super Chat goal. I felt like that was I left it on for a week or two. I was like, I actually thought it was a bit beggy, so I've turned it off. Don't like it. Don't like it. Turn it off. I'm also very changeable. Don't know if you noticed. But yeah, this wave of negativity, I feel like it's becoming infectious. I feel like it's out there. So we're going to be positive about things, okay? So maybe we can do that for the stream. Lord Solar Leontus. Let's talk about that just very quickly. I put the title up, Old World or Grim Dark. I'm a little bit in love with this model. I'll be honest with you. I find it interesting that he's incredibly polarizing, but I'm a little bit in love with this model because the Mecha Horse is just the greatest thing ever in the world. And I actually really love the Old World cavalry vibe for the rider. I'm really into it. I think it's amazing. I love it. But it gets me excited when you look at AOS model range. The reason why I put the Old World part in the title, if you look at the AOS model range and you look at some of the latest 40k stuff, if they actually do bring out Old World and lean into plastic kits and do it properly, which I'm not saying they will, but if they did this, because it's on their roadmap, right, to release Old World again, imagine some of the sculpts we could get. If they come back with Bretonians or the Empire and stuff like that, imagine some of the sculpts we could get. That makes me excited. That really makes me excited. I miss old fantasy. I'm not against Age of Sigmar. I actually quite like it at the moment, but I miss old fantasy. Big style. I miss dragons and griffins and stuff like that. My high mage on a dragon. I miss that stuff. I miss it. Have I seen all the memes? They're excellent. Des, I haven't. No, I haven't. Anyway, how are you guys feeling about this, right? Because you guys are the audience. You guys are the guys that turn up every week. So obviously there's a little bit of, there's a little touch of bias in the audience. And I'm always conscious of the fact that there's a touch of bias in the audience. But do you feel like it's more negative than it was, say, a year ago, 40k? Or do you feel like it's kind of the same? Am I just focusing on it at the moment and maybe that's why I'm feeling a bit low on it? Or is it actually something that is, in fact, currently a problem? Or are you guys sort of trying to keep yourself away from the negativity and just remaining in the positive space? Let me know. Before we move on, we did this yesterday in the members-only battle report, but one thing I do want to do is wish or say a huge, massive, giant, throbbing congratulations to Ben and Laura, who I think are in chat. I'm sure I've seen them. In fact, Ben's already super chatted. So big congratulations to Ben and Laura. You got married on Monday. Both hobbyists. Both channel members, both in the chat, got married on Monday. Legends. I mean, I was really sad that my invite got lost in the post, and I didn't get it in time to make plans. But I'm sure if they're in there, they'll confirm that there was one sent. It must have been the Royal Mail strikes, right? That must have been what it was. It must have been why I didn't. It's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, I can think of. Liam needs an AOS holiday. My eldest is learning AOS, and in fact, on Friday, for an hour, I'm playing AOS with him. He's going to teach me, so I'm going to have a go at it, right? But I don't know what I want to play with yet. What I use? I've got most of the Stormcast army built. I've got some Cruel Boys being painted by Gaz, one of my mods, who's a legend. And I've just picked up some Night Haunt stuff because I feel like I can paint them really quickly with like contrast or whatever. So, meh. But yeah, massive congratulations, Ben and Laura. Legends, all of you. This is why I love the Discord community. If you're not in Discord, get yourself in Discord.
Do the idea of the old world models make you moist?
Yes, Ben. Yes, they absolutely do. Moist is the right word for it. Moist is definitely the right word for it. I love that word. My favourite word.
People whinging about a hobby when there's millions of people out there homeless, starving, loved ones with debilitating illness, war. We don't have problems, just more work to do.
Yeah, right? Absolutely, Rambo.
Lovely model, but wrong genre. It's just not 40k grim enough. Hopefully the horse turns out to be the character and not the dude on top.
I love that, Peter. If the horse was the Lord and the guy riding it was just his attendant.
We need to push the idea that the Lord Solar is actually the horse, and the rider is just a decoy so people don't target the Lord Solar.
And I dig it. I'll get hold of that model at some point and we'll just do the horse. Right?
The negativity around Votan makes it more present.
No, I think you're right, Travis, at the moment, to be honest with you. I think it's part of what makes it a little bit more prevalent at the moment is because of what's gone on with Votan recently. Especially considering people were so excited about a new release, right? So I think that was part of it. Rambo, you're right. This is why, like, all those super chats have just come through. As I said at the start of the stream, we donate 10% of our super chat revenue to Mind, a mental health charity here in the UK. We do that every single month. I have been totaling up month on month. End of the year, make a big donation. I'm keeping a running total, don't you worry. And then we'll put a big donation into Mind. It's super important to me. You're right that, you know, people are in a worse place than us. You know, I do understand people being upset about, I've spent lots of money on my hobby and I don't feel like they're getting it right for me. But imagine being in the privileged space to spend that sort of money on this hobby and then being in a place where you're complaining because life sucks because Votan are too strong. I agree with you, Rambo. There's a lot worse stuff going on. The way I like to look at it is, even in an edition where maybe the rules are knackered and everything's not quite right, even if there's massive balance issues, even if there is problems in the competitive scene, like, this is where sometimes I often do take myself for a little private hidden stroll into Discord. Again, if you're not in Discord, !Discord, come and join us, right? You need to be a member at the lowest tier, at least, to unlock all the threads. We do that to keep out certain individuals who might choose to come into that kind of space and try and be a negative influence. However, we do have the Discord server, and it's actually sometimes that's such a wholesome, wonderful place to be, because I think that's our own little island away from it all, right? Thank you, Tim, you absolute fucking legend. It's our own little island away from it all. It's our own little, what's the word I'm looking for? It's our own little, like, not hostel, what's the word? You know what I'm talking about, chat, don't you? You know what I mean? It's our own little space. It's our own little fantasy land. It's our own little, yeah, it just doesn't seem to be subject to the current negativity that I see on things like Facebook pages and stuff. It's just incredible, and I love it for that. And I want to thank you guys, all of you guys, for making it the place that it is, because a lot of the names that I see on the stream in the chat quite frequently are the ones that I also see chatting away in Discord. And you guys are beautiful people for this hobby. And it is our own little safe space for us. So yeah, I want Haven, Siege Route, it's a great word, perfect. I want more people to experience our Discord, not because, I mean, yes, because it makes me more money if I have more members. Of course, that's business. But I also want to sort of continue to spread the positivity that our community is doing. We had a large number of people that were at the Factorum GT this last weekend that were from the Liam community. And it was a very proud and humbling moment at the same time, right? Because it's just cheerful people that are enjoying themselves. They don't care about winning as long as they have fun. They're at GT. Get this in, right? Let's process this. They're at GT. They don't care about winning. They just care about having fun. That's the right attitude for me. That's the people I want to surround myself with. And I'm very, very, very blessed and very lucky that in amongst you guys as an audience, I seem to have found those kinds of people. So thank you. You're all amazing. All amazing. And if you want to do more of that, that kind of hanging out with people as well, then, you know, we have a Great Hall Gathering that's coming up. In fact, Tim's just !GHG for me. A Great Hall Gathering coming up in November. No, sorry, December, 17th of December. There's a gathering. Come and hang out with us because you guys are all fucking awesome. You get a single ticket's 30 quid for the day. You do get lunch and dinner provided. You get raffle tickets. We'll do Q&As. We'll do a quiz. We'll do all sorts of hanging out. The Friday night before, we're going to have beers at Element and just chill out and enjoy ourselves and just say, what a great year. Happy Christmas. On to the next one, right? On to the next one. If you're not a member, you can !member and come and join us. £2 just to get in Discord. Even if you don't care about an extra battle report every week, £2 just to get in Discord. Come and hang out. Right, if you surround yourself with people who want to... So I'm going to start jumping in chat now and start reading and responding to you guys, right? Because I've moaned. I've not moaned. Have I moaned? Does it feel like I've moaned? I hope it doesn't feel like I've moaned. I hope it doesn't feel like I've moaned. But yeah, if you surround yourself with people who want to enjoy the hobby, it's easy to enjoy the hobby and be more positive. It is. It's one of the reasons why people like Joe and Brom and Eddie are so good for the hobby for me, because they just love it. They just don't give a fuck. They just want to have fun. Paddy as well, and Chris. Even if Joe's become a real gamey, cheesy, Liz Taylor-y fucking lunatic, it's just... He just loves 40k, and that's really infectious. People like Jay, who just love 40k, is really infectious. And it's a pleasure to be around, actually, to be honest with you. Right? How hard is it to move to the UK? I have nothing here. Go where the Warhammer is. Wow, we let anyone in, mate. I think it's probably pretty easy. Siege Roots, you can come hang out with us. We'd welcome you. We'd welcome you. Absolutely. Although, I want to move to the US, so, you know... Depends on where the US you are. Like, if I play Monopoly, I flip the board. It's higher stakes than a 40k game. So, Darren, you flip the board in Monopoly? Oh, no. The real question is, did they make the horse automatically correct? And if so, anatomically correct? And if so, being a lord, does that mean there's some benefit? Oh, no. Let's not go down that route, shall we? Let's not talk about horse genitalia on stream. That's definitely a way to get myself demonetized. Never been in the Discord, not a fan of the company. If it's a direct link to make fun of Liam more, I might. What do you mean? Discord the company? I don't know. I don't know enough detail about the company. T. Louis, to be honest with you. But it is also a place where people often make fun of me, which is fine, and I welcome it, to be fair. Right? Man flu moan. I've not got man flu. I just feeling a bit. Yeah, I don't think it helps as well that we're in the middle at the moment in the UK, well, specifically on the south coast of the UK, of a horrific weather spell. It's just miserable outside. It's just rainy and windy, and I like being outside, right? And I know it's rare for a war gamer to say he likes being outside, but I like being outside. It's just been a bit miserable. Yeah. There are always people floating around in Discord. Just put up a little thing asking if there's anyone want to chat. There's lots of people in Discord that will chat all the time, right? Kai says you vented a little, which is healthy. Yeah, I feel like it's healthy. You guys are like my online counsellors, okay? Not that there's anything out wrong. Like, I haven't really got a reason to complain on the grand scheme of things. I get to do this for a living, for Christ's sake. I get behind the scenes access with GW. I get to play 40k 2 to 3 times a week, where some people only get to play once or twice a month. So I shouldn't complain. I shouldn't complain. But I feel like it's my responsibility, and I feel like to some extent the other creators out there have a responsibility to the community to not just be negative. And I feel like some people find it too easy to be negative because it gets views. That I feel like that becomes addictive, right? And then they get more views, and it spreads and spreads and spreads and spreads, right? So I'm just trying to... We want to be that positive influence. Trying to spend more time with people. Like Tyone, spend more time with people. They're a positive influence, right? My only problem with the new guide is that they can't pick a camo scheme that matches across the tanks. Also, the Horse Lord is ridiculous and over the top. AKA Peak Imperium. Peak Imperium, exactly. Peak Imperium. It's 40k. Why not? I feel like there are people who will always be anti-GW Votan and the neutral parties jumping in against them because of the rules being overloaded to deal with release. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, right? You're not wrong. Sometimes kids enjoying the hobby is one of the most infectious fun things. Nothing but excitement and fun and not caring about my supposed negativity. Exactly. A pleasure to be around until he starts ripping bioweapons. Oh, Joe, don't stop, please. I don't. Yeah. No. No. Me and Liam just switch identities. How well can you pull off being an Asian American from California? I reckon I could pull off being British. It's probably easy, right? Probably easy. My friend showed me wallet pics of their kids. I showed them my wallet. They said I just had money in it. I said, exactly. So Stuart, don't remind me of that, please. That makes me sad. But you got to do things that make you happy, right? When I left my job to do this, I took a significant pay cut. But I'm happier. I get more time with my family. You've got to do things that make you happy. Money isn't always the thing that makes you happy. It definitely helps. Definitely helps when you don't have to worry about financial burdens. It doesn't necessarily make you happy, right?
Liam's hair height corresponds to his mood.
Yeah, so he's down right now. I'm going for a big trim on Friday. I think I'm about having this taken right up as well. Like right up. What do you reckon? Go for a nice shaped round beard on here. It's probably going to happen. It's going to happen. You and I have the same idea, says Meg. Oh, welcome. Hey, Meg's here. Meg's still here. I thought you just dropped a member and disappeared. But you're still here. Love you, Meg. This weather is bad as I'm just waiting for the call to go on 24-hour call out. Yeah, that wind isn't going to be nice for you as a tree surgeon, is it supposed to be? I think the weather is definitely having an effect on people. It does, doesn't it, right? Like, it's just... That's why British people are so miserable so often. Went outside earlier just to go pick up all the bins that have been blown over. Where we are is miserable, isn't it? Space Marines, futuristic cutting-edge gene technology, Imperial Guard, Stalingrad mindset with World War I leaders and laser quest weapons. That's the one I prefer, though, John, to be fair. Suck it up, Buttercup. You know, much love to you and Luce, but I feel for poor Luce when you get sick. I'm not that bad. I don't actually get sick all that often, to be fair. You know, I don't like to bring attention to it, right? 100% we actively try and be positive with the podcast, says Rez. Yeah, good man. My friend showed... Oh, I've done that one already. Oh, I'm all over the place with this now, this chat. I'm not even on live chat. Don't tell me off, chat. Don't tell me off. Right. I get to play Never, says Kai. Where are you? Are you in the UK? Are you in the UK, Kai? Man, I feel for you, Kai. Anyone in here that lives near Kai, we need to play a play date. We do, exactly, yeah. That's what I'm getting at. I think it's funny people keep saying 9th is too hard for new people. I started playing at the start of 9th, and I've not had a problem. I think learning on the tabletop sim helped a lot, though. Tabletop Simulator is really good for that kind of stuff. I get why people find 9th too complicated to learn. I do. I understand that. And I'm one of those people that's like simplify it for new users or new players. But you have to realise that different people have different levels of what they would consider accessible. And I think that I would be okay learning in 9th edition. But then I also have played 40k for ages, and I like tabletop war games in general. There's people I know that would really struggle to learn 9th. So I think that they can do some work to make it accessible. But it's not impossible, to be clear. It's not impossible. Some of my favourite things to do is just to go to the LGS or Warhammer store and just talk about Warhammer. It's what we do here. It's what we do. That's what the stream's all about. Every time my grandmother and I were at a wedding, she'd say, "You're next." So I started saying the same thing to her at funerals. Fanuke's back with his jokes. They've not stopped in Discord all week, actually, as well, which is interesting. Money doesn't make you happy, but it sure makes it easier. It does, Stuart, absolutely. A good crumpet with some honey. If you pay the bills and are happy, that's a good life. Yeah, if you can pay the bills. Why would I leave, says Meg? Well, I don't know. More important things to do. But thank you. Get slept on the way back from parents' evening. That sounds disgusting. I speak truths no one likes, says Stuart. I tried to warn my son about playing Russian roulette. It went in one ear and out the other. That's horrific for Nick. The weather out here in Southern California is cloudy and rainy. I'm upset because I can't prime my models. Yeah, but it's cloudy and rainy there for like 2 days a year, Siege Roots, right? So you can't complain too much. Mad Demon, welcome, Van. Who needs people when you can sit on a giant pile of unpainted plastic sprues like Smaug on his gold? It's called a pile of opportunity, not a pile of shame. Right? John says, Carl, did you get soaked from all the single mums throwing their pants at you? Sounds like Carl's life. Sounds like Carl's life, John. I think you've nailed it there. Cloudy and rainy in SoCal. That's odd. I just spent an hour out in a monsoon next to a football pitch watching my daughter training. I normally like rain, but this was next level. I got battered by a hailstorm yesterday. Honestly, shocking. This is one of, come on, Siege Roots. Today is one of those rare days. Probably sunny tomorrow. It probably is, right? Really hard, maybe 10 minutes. Says, no ciel la sombra. Those ought to be few and far between. Yeah, exactly. I love it when it rains in California, says Meg, which is like 2 days a week, right? I would love to play a game in TTS every week. We were setting up TTS. I don't know if it's finished now. But we had TTS leagues going on in Discord. Didn't you guys have it in Titans as well, right? I'm sure you guys had it there. South Wales, I've got no mates who go near 40k. Still, the stigma runs deep. I have decided to wait till 10th edition. My flesh tears will be ready. South Wales, I know people in South Wales who I can put you in touch with who play 40k. Are you near Firestorm Games in Cardiff? I assume not too far if you're in South Wales. Right, we can sort you out, Kai. We can get you a gaming group. I definitely can get you a gaming group. I promise. I promise. Definitely get you a gaming group. If someone burns to death, do they get a discount at the crematorium? Well, yeah, possibly. Maybe. Yeah. No time to drag my bum to a local gaming store. Get on some TTS stuff. And if you're in Discord, Ellie, people like Ellie are very good at teaching you. She taught me how to use TTS. I mean, I've forgotten again, but she did teach me how to use TTS. So get yourself in Discord because there's lots of TTS that used to go on there. I'm sure we can get it started up again. It has been sunny in San Diego up to today. Meg, I do love it when it rains, but it's rare these days. We need more rain, says the Colonel. All right, you fucking show off with all your sunshine and shit. I just come across my wife's Tinder profile and I'm so angry about her lies. She is not fun to be around. Don't start for Nick, right? You not a joke night. Quicksilver, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. You're a hero. That's 15 gifted today. That's 17 total on the stream so far. Miles away from a voucher. But I'll have to add them on. 18. Boom. There we go. Thank you, mate. You're a hero. Love you dearly. Love you very dearly. Newport. Okay. I don't know where that is. My Welsh geography isn't great. Google Maps. Maps. Google Maps. It's the only maps, isn't it, really? Does anyone else use anything other than Google Maps? Who sent me a link the other day to Apple Maps? Ugh. Swansea, Cardiff. I'm actually on Google Maps, by the way, looking for Newport. Newport. So you're not far from Firestorm in Cardiff then, right? So we can sort. I'm sure we can sort you out. I'm sure we can sort you out. I've not yet got into the Discord groove. I don't know why I have such a hard time wrapping my head around how the best to interact with it. I really only ever chat in your streams. Thanks, Tony. That makes you a legend to start with. But it's quite easy. It's like this live chat, right? It's super easy. You just go in there and type something and people can reply to you. It's super friendly as well. How is sex like a game of bridge? If you have a great hand, you don't need a partner. Brilliant. Amazing. Ben, who's just got married. Is that a peek into your future now? Is that what you're saying? Didn't the Discord used to have a giant map to find people locale to you? Not this one, Mr. Ann. This is the Great Hall Discord. That used to exist on the DZ one. I don't know if it's still there. I was once kidnapped by mimes. They did unspeakable things. Oh no, it's getting worse. Yellow Scribe being bugged is a pain. I haven't ever used Yellow Scribed. Paying it forward, thank you for the positivity. We're all here because we love the hobby. 40k AOS, Kill Team, whatever it might be, whatever the 40k product. I will go as far as say it's predominantly 40k product for me personally, but we're all here because we love the hobby. So why be miserable? Dishes and listening to the great bearded one after a long day, cannot complain, says Ham. You're a hero, love you. All right, Mel, every Californian, we need it. I'm sure you and Adrian said it to me about 5 times during the week I was there with all the sunshine and shit, right? California is just SpongeBob in that one episode where he meets Sandy. Still sunny, still running my air conditioning in Arizona. Skip California. Arizona is where it's at. That's where I was before. Was Arizona. I liked Arizona. Not too far from Cardiff. He's near us in Shepstow, says Carl. See, there's people in chat, Kai. There's already people in chat who will quite happily play with you. And 40k. Right? Not just... That sounded a bit... You know, maybe you could get lucky, right? You could do that. Arizona is testament to man's ignorance. Humans shouldn't be living there. Well, I try not to use Google Maps because I hate Google. MapQuest is still alive. What's MapQuest? I've never heard of this. Half an hour away, I see. Someone say Newport, says John. You near Newport, aren't you, John? Right? 2-hour drive on a toll road. When 10th arrives, I'll learn and dive in. Good man. You should see how pleased with himself he is because of the joke. It's a good joke, Laura, right? It's a good joke. Isn't it? Game nights in Firestorm Games Newport. They invited me, but I got kids, says Carl. Oh, okay, it's game nights. There you go. Possible play dates for you already. Look at that. Look at that. You don't need a parachute to go skydiving. You need a parachute to go skydiving more than once. Fair. That's fair. I love this hobby. It's great. I went 2 and 3 at my last GT. Got my ass handed to me and still loved every game. I mean, weren't you 2 and 1 at the end of day 1 though? You just overperformed with Krieg. That's the problem, Will, right? Deathcore of Krieg running actual Deathcore of Krieg regimental trait had no business going 2 and 1 on the first day. No business. Is there a Votan kill team? I don't think there is, Emil, to be fair. I don't think there is. Don't put the man down now that you hold the leash. Give him a win. Give him the win, Laura. All right, stop it. Stop being an abusive partner already. AZ's too dry for me. Some parts of Cali are too dry for me. Nah. It's hot and sunny, innit? It's nice. On a more serious... Although I'd probably, as an Englishman, I'd probably fucking cook in a week if I was there. On a more serious note, it's all about surrounding yourself with like-minded people that share your way of hobbying. In such a group, you will always find ways of coping with the ebbs and flows of the meta. Yeah, that's what we're loving on the stream right now. We've been playing essentially solely Tempest of War plus some chat plays nonsense for the best part of the whole of this year. I've got a question about this in a second as well, by the way. So we've been doing that for the whole of this year so far. And we've been playing most of the codexes, if not all of them, to a point, right? And we're still having wild amounts of fun with it. And we do things like, I mean, obviously this is a bit different at events and stuff, but we do things like we will talk to each other before the game and talk about lists and stuff. Mostly because Joe likes to tailor, but also because it gives us the opportunity to do a little bit of balancing. So we can look at it and we can go, that's a bit more balanced if we take this, and this, rather than this, and this. Okay? So we do it on purpose. And we joke a lot on stream about tailoring, and we do a degree of tailoring, but it's not actually to someone's benefit. It's more to try and make it more balanced. For a number of reasons. It's more fun for the players. It's more entertaining for the audience. So we could run super meta lists. The games would not be fun for the players, and I don't think it'd be as fun for you guys. But here's a question. I am thinking about working in some Warzone-based stuff, so Nephilim, Nakwind, etc. Maybe once a month on one of the streams. Do you have any interest in watching us go ham at Warzone Nephilim? And it probably still wouldn't be super meta lists, because we still need to make sure that the game is in fact entertaining for you. However, would you like us to run some Warzone stuff on stream in the future is my question. No commitment here, by the way. Just would you like us to? Right? Smiler Maniac is right. Sub 100 likes. You're getting lazy. So, you know, click, ding. When life gets me down, a good dump and pint always lifts my spirits, not simultaneously. But you could, right? You could. Did Ben tell you I took him for treats at Element on the day of our wedding? He didn't tell us. He should have done. Why did the man sue the barber for touching his beard? He saw it as harassment. Oh, no. What's the difference between hungry and horny? Where you stick the cucumber. Brilliant. Brilliant. Amazing. Even as a Marine player whose job is to be tabled, I enjoy my time. That's the right attitude. C-trees, right? It's the right attitude. Kane says... hang on, where did that go? 1.5 wins, 3.5 losses, but still one of the best weekends I've ever had. We are both glad we came. Good. I hope you want to come back as well. Nordos, thank you for gifting membership to Peter. What a hero. What a hero. I'd love to get Liam out into the Eastern Sierras and see how he likes it. I'd love it. Chat plays tomorrow. It is Carl of Hodgie. I'm assuming that's why you're all not chatting tonight, right? No super chats tonight because just chat plays tomorrow, right? Is that what's happened? Is that what's happening? Is that what's going on? I'm just joking. No Votan kill team yet, though. Maybe a White Dwarf team in the near future. The basic troops have all the gear for one. They do have the right. Yeah, they do have enough options, right? They do. Met with chat plays. No. Nice boys mean lists UK styles. I mean, the lists won't be that mean. No, I don't think we've got the stuff for the lists to be that mean, but we could do it. We could do that sort of thing. We can't copy you guys too much, though. It's too obvious, then, isn't it? That I'm just wheezing my way in.
Thank you, Liam, and everyone in chat. I will take you up on your generous invites to play when 10th arrives. For now, I am off to bed. I to have a kid. I'm knackered. Cheers, everyone.
Thank you so much, Kai, for a fucking incredible super chat. And I'm super glad. You said at the start of the stream that no one to play with. We found you tons of people in the area. That's what I love about the community, right? That's the best thing. Right, that's the best part about it. So, yeah. Hero, thank you for the big super chat. You're a legend. Make sure you get in touch with your address so I can ship these dice to you, please, sir. Okay, at some point. I don't care how and when. They're here. They're waiting for you. It's entirely up to you. Please get in touch with me so I can send it out to you. But yeah, I can't do nice. I can't do it unless we just lean into just being UK Titans. Someone said on chat last night on the members only stream, have you ever thought about changing the name of the channel so it's not a one-man operation? Because I thought it was a one-man operation. I was like, actually, here's an interesting conversation for us, chat, right? I've thought about this a lot. I don't like the channel name being my name anymore. And the reason why I don't like the channel name being my name, because I feel like it's harder for people to feel like they belong to it. So I want the overwhelming sense of this channel, the overwhelming sort of selling point, I guess, of this channel to be the community, to be the Great Hall, to be the community, to be the people that hang out, spend time together, talk to each other in chat, play TTS together, do tournaments together, go for weekends away. That's what I want the overwhelming sense of this channel to be. That's what I want its DNA to be. That's how I'm trying to build it. It's what I've always sort of focused on, I guess, right? So someone said to me, would you think about changing the name? I was like, absolutely. I've actually been thinking about it a lot because it's weird if people say, oh yeah, I'm part of Liam Dempsey or I'm a member of Liam Dempsey. It's a bit weird, a bit cringy, maybe. I've probably lent too hard into the branding right now with the name part of it at the moment to change it too soon, because name changes on our YouTube don't do well for channels. Do a lot of bad for channels, name changes, right? So I probably can't do that right now, but I have thought about how can we make it a place where people want to be part of it, where people can feel like they're part of it, where people can say I am a member of such and such, or I'm part of such and such, you know, that sort of thing. Something I've been thinking about, just speaking my mind, right? And no, I'm not accepting some of the silly names, quite frankly, that got put forward yesterday. It's not happening, okay? But maybe we just do that. Maybe we'll just steal the Titans logo and put a Union flag behind it, right? So yeah, Carl says I'm in Liam Dempsey. Exactly, it's weird, right? It's just not. It's a bit weird, right? It's not great. Shit blokes, shit lists. Yeah, I like that one. Let's do that one. That's much more like it. What if instead of changing the channel name, you change your name and Liam Dempsey becomes the channel? Brilliant. Oh no. I'm in Liam is awful, by the way. New name, Tabletop Giants. Exactly, right? See? Exactly. It just seems weird. Would help. He can, Lise. The kids are going to bed and he wants to come and say goodnight. Hang on. You'll see a little one. You going to bed? Come here then. Good night. See you tomorrow. Right, done. Sorry, dad duty. I don't want to be in Liam, says Simon. I'm sorry, mate. Teen Titans UK chapter. I'd go for that name. Yeah, we'd have to get cuts made, right, with patches on the back. Hang on, he's just knocked down. Just knocked the microphone doing that as well. Tabletop gods, says Carl Vodgy. I don't think that's an accurate description, mate. That's the problem, right? I don't feel like we can get away with that being an accurate description. Why not do a random draw at the start of the battle report on which armies are going to be played that night? Would make it completely random event, because then we have to make the lists, write the lists, and it's just nah. I'm not against doing it for the next one. Like, we'll draw at the end of the game for the next one, but... Liam Dempsey's Titans of the Round Table. No, come on. Sensible names, please, people. Since the Inquisitor is not around, I'm willing to take bribes, says the Colonel. Liam, Tables of Titans. No, we're not... Right, we're not just going to rip him off, okay? Hello, Tiny Human. Yeah, he's cute when he's being cute, but he's 99% of the time an arsehole, by the way, people. Don't be fooled by it. Eddie says, I've been in Liam Dempsey for ages, came out all wrinkled. Yeah. Rearguard Tactics. That's an awful name. That's a normal name, right? Anything with tactics in the title, against it. Against it. There's only one channel with tactics in the title. A Viking is, if I remember correctly, a group of Vikings going on a journey. Is that true? Is that maybe? Didn't ever let anyone say you're worthless. Your body parts and organs are a small fortune on the black market. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on, Stu. Right. That's what I'm waiting on. I would put my money on One Master Will. He's got the experience. What for? What are we talking about here? You're having your own little private chat again and not including me. Why are friends a lot like snow? Oh. If you pee on them, they disappear. It depends what your friend group's like. To be honest with you, thickish Malate. I was in the army, you know, so it wasn't like it wouldn't necessarily disappear. They might just do it back. Why not Viking Warranting? Says Shadowfrost. New name, Chapter Master Liam. Fuck off. Fuck off. That's not happening. That's not happening. 2 beards and a tangerine, says Phil Gibbs. Guess which one you are, Eddie. Oh, brilliant. Can we be a war band? We could be a war band, couldn't we? We could be. I was thinking about this because people are asking me, right, for ITC GTs, what name should we put down? I was like, I don't actually know. I've not really thought about this. Like, I didn't think people would ever want to do that and just sort of show off like a part of the channel and stuff. So I was kind of like, well, what do we do? Do we do that? Is that something we should do? But apparently it is something people want to do, right? Colonel says, I'm good. My old arse had a nasty spill on Sunday, so I am walking crutches and not doing... That sounds awful, Colonel. What do you say? I hope you're okay, mate. I hope you're okay. We always include you, but you choose to ignore us. I can't keep up with chat all the time. You talk too quickly. Talk too quickly. That's a problem for me. Okay? So. Phoenix won't have a terrible joke. I'm not even going to read it. Actually, Liam, I have one acceptable name for your channel. Hellstorm Wargaming 2. Wow. Wow. Fishing for a ban already. Jesus. Jeez, what's the difference between me and a park bench? A park bench can support a family? That's shocking. Viking Wargaming. I don't know if I want to... Great Hall is something I probably lean into over Viking, I reckon. It's kind of still got the same feel to it, but it's less like, obviously, just Viking and more kind of like, come and be in this space, you know? Right? I think that makes more sense. You put down Try Hard Wargaming, don't you? What's that? What for? What for ITC? I'd rather fucking suck on a cactus, mate, than put down Try Hard Wargaming. It's like a name that a 5-year-old came up with. Right? Massive members, Mad Demon. Yeah, I'm into it. 40k Great Hall Gaming, great. Yeah, we'll come up with something. I'll sleep on it, think about it. Change the name of the channel to Megan, then it stays unique and you look less like a douche. Brilliant. Shrink the name everywhere. I'm not sure you want me representing your name, Meg, to be fair. Right, Tabletop Tits works. I've got it. Tabletop Titans with a space. Nailed it. Nailed it. Getting old sucks, says Colonel. Truth, mate. That's absolutely. Valhalla. I had a Valhalla Wargaming logo made and everything, and then Winters and Mini Wargaming Dave taught me how to doing it, and I actually wish I'd done it and gone through with it, but they told me not to, which makes me sad. Right? What makes sad people jump bridges? I don't know if I want to finish that one off. Just start saying you're a part of the Liam Dempsey team in BCP. Well, we'll come up with something better than that and cooler. I want it to be cool, right? Why would it be cool? By the way, I'm talking about cool things. A load of you over the course of the last week or so did donate to the PC fund. We bought some bits. Look what turned up today. Some RAM turned up today. Yeah, right. So, some more stuff that's on its way as well. We're getting there slowly because of you legends. Thank you so much. Midgard Madness. Warhammer Wankers. I love it. That's what we should be. Are you here as well now? Oh. That's probably hurt their ears.
Yes, I'm here.
You finished thrashing them on Mario Kart or whatever it was you're playing?
No, it's what is it? It's Mario Rabbids. It's not rabbits. Rabbids.
Mario's got rabies. Rabies?
They look like it. They look like they've got a touch of myxomatosis going on there. Eyes are bulging out and everything. But it's good because it's not. You have to think about tactically your where you're going to go and stuff.
Colonel's literally just put in there as well. He's about to be surprised. Where is Loose tonight? Are we going to get a Loose fact? And then you just literally turned up as he put that on.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Carl says, what about Jim Jams Fund? That's saved somewhere. Don't you worry. We've got that. I've got that written down so that we can't just give it all to him in one go. So we need to, but yes. What graphic card are you going for? You will never guess it, Rosa. You'll never guess it. That way, anyone who wins an RTT or GT means you won an RTT or a GT points to forehead. Oh, okay. I get it. I'm with you. I've caught up. Okay. My boss said we're doing random drug testing. I said, okay, but I don't want to try crack. Meg says hi, Luce. Siege Root shouts your name. Colonel says hi. Look, everyone's just waiting for you, basically.
Oh, hang on. I got already distracted. My YouTube, does your YouTube do the same thing that Facebook does? That it just starts to show you things you've clicked on in the past?
Yeah.
You just get more. Right, okay. That makes more sense. YouTube is very boring to me right now. Sorry, I'm muted now.
She just comes in and just distracts everything.
Well,
Oh, international customers. I should note, by the way, international customers who ordered dice, they got shipped today. They're on their way to you. They're on their way to you. RTX 4090. No, Rosa, no. I'll give you a clue, Rosa. It's not an NVIDIA graphics card. More hammer as a ring to it. Fuck off, licking Anne. I'm not having that. I'm not having that.
why don't you like the name anymore?
It just sounds like it was made by a 4-year-old.
No, it doesn't. I think it's a cool name.
It's a terrible name.
It's not a terrible name.
This conversation all came about because you just come in late. This conversation all came about because someone in the members only stream last night said if you were gonna.
I did not come in late. You started early.
It's the same argument we always have.
Yep.
So someone on the members only stream last night said, I thought you were a one-man band. It's nice to be watching a battle report. I didn't realise there was more than one of you. Have you ever thought about changing the channel name to something that's not just a one-man name? I was like, yeah, I've thought about it. I don't want to do a rebrand anytime soon because it really hurts the channel anyway.
Yeah,
but I've thought about a rebrand. So we were like, what sort of names have we come up with? And that's what we're sat doing now. And with lots of silly names coming in, which is cool.
So they don't know that Moorhammer was your name before?
Licking Ann definitely does that. He's like OG.
That's a wild coincidence.
He found me in like 2017. So.
Oh, James is pooing.
James is pooed. Yeah. Thanks, James. We love a good poo.
Got to keep those motions in motion.
I really tried for a little while to be like hashtag super sticker because like that's going to be the life. Everyone's going to go down the route of super stickers. And it's just James and he just poos. That's it. Which is much, much worse when Brom's on the deck. And he doesn't just go, oh, James has pooed. He goes, oh, yeah, James has sent an emoji. Okay, Brom, thanks. What is it? Oh, apparently she explodes for a poo as well. Look at that.
Have you seen Fanuc's joke?
There's been a lot of them.
Wife, I want another baby. Husband, that's a relief. I
Random
also
drug
don't like
tests. Geet Fugt. Sincerely, Chaos Players.
Yeah, I've just finished that joke as well.
Can you say no to a random drug test?
It depends on your job. So every job I've ever had, apart from this one, I can't say no to a random drug test.
Oh, okay.
Because failing to provide a sample is essentially guilt.
Yeah.
So yeah, I in the army I had to do random drug testing. In every job I had in the railway, I had to do random drug testing. So Stumbling over dice and rules wargaming. that's a mouthful, Citrus, isn't it? Simon says, I remember Warhammer. No, we're not. No. Stay safe, everyone. Off the work to challenge lives and make a difference. Good man. Off you go. Legion of Loose, or LOL, we should call it.
No.
You don't want exploding poo. You don't want exploding poo, Captain Manager. So you get on this channel, though. Exploding poos. Exploding poos all round, right? Great Hall Wards, Great Hall Hammers, Great Hall Defenders. Depends on the job, says Nuggle Matthew. Later, if you say no to a random drugs test, it's a fail. Yeah, if it's a requirement for your job, it's a fail, yeah.
So what if it's not in your contract anywhere, it's never been mentioned, and all of a sudden it gets sprung on you?
I would imagine you probably can decline.
Okay.
But if that's only if it's not in your contract, not in your terms and conditions.
Okay.
So, but
just curious.
Me and my wife both decided we don't want children. Tomorrow we inform our kids about this.
Well, you let us know how that goes.
CDT says Quicksilver. You never know if you're the Willy watcher or the Willy. Why are cigarettes good for the environment? They kill people. Well, it's not actually that fucking untrue, unfortunately. Skull Takers is a great name, wee man, by the way. I love that. As a naval contractor, we are supposed to be drug tested every year, but 20 plus years later, I have never taken one. I had one in the army, one on the railway. I've had two in my life that I was actually pulled in for the random screening. So, a friend of mine failed his compulsory drugs test, despite the fact that we know that he isn't a drug user. And then when they did the extended test, it basically came back that it was sesame seeds.
Yeah, it's the...
off a bread.
Oh, was it poppy seeds?
Poppy seeds, that's the one, yeah. Sorry, not sesame seeds, poppy seeds, because they're an opioid.
Yeah, they
it's
are.
Poppy. I didn't know that.
I heard a story that, this just sounds so ridiculous. I can't think that it's true, but because it sounds so ridiculous.
It's just a unicorn, don't worry.
Yeah, there's a unicorn.
Just a unicorn. Thank you, Ghasty. See? Hashtag Super Sticker Meta. It's coming. Come in, everyone believe. Everyone find a favourite sticker and hit go. And they're cheap, look. Go on.
That they were on a trial period to become some kind of teacher or lecturer or a person in charge of students, but not kids, kind of like young adult students. And a random drugs test was brought up and they got pinged for it. And he came in the next day with a completely bicked head. And a urine sample that when they tested it was female urine.
And cold, probably,
not
at that point.
Yeah. Cold, yeah. And he was managed to keep his position.
Carl says, one CDT, how long were you in for? A year? No, I did nearly a decade. But we had lots of CDTs. I just never got pinged for them. I think I did one or two max in the army. I definitely did one in the railway.
I'd proper panic if they said, Luce, your name's come up for a random drug test, even though I do not touch drugs, don't even smoke, the stuff I drink is negligible. I'd still convince myself, what if the ibuprofen I took?
So the one I did in the railway, actually, interestingly, I put myself forward for it. So when the CDT team used to randomly show up, and you didn't know they were coming, they would just turn up.
Yeah, right, that's good.
They would come into the office, and I was the guy in charge, I was the manager, and they would say, we need... I don't know, 6 people from the staff that are on shift and one of the management team. And so I used to just random it, and I would put my name in there as well because I got nothing to hide. And then the first time I ever did it, I randomed the 5 staff or the 6 staff, whatever. I was like, cool, that person. Randomed the managers, and it was me. And then my supervisor was like, "You gonna pull another one?" I was like, "No."
Yeah.
Like, lead by example. Off I go. I pulled it. That's it. I'm off. If I'd have pulled my own name in front of my supervisor and my deputy supervisor and gone, "Oh, I'm not doing that," that's just not a great example. So off I went to piss in a pot. It's great.
I'd be straight away like, "Why aren't you doing it? Why do you get to get
exactly.
out of it?"
Yeah. The poppy seeds does show up in drug testing. I know a guy that had a hard time convincing the tester that it was poppy seeds. Amazing. I know he'd been drug tested, but no joke. I have had upper management that definitely should have been. I've been CDT'd about 3 or 4 times in 15 years. I had a friend who is a shy pisser and had to test in the army. They forced him to drink water constantly and yelled at him until he peed. I'm sure the yelling helped.
Sure the yelling helped.
Yeah.
When you concentrate all the attention on the thing you can't do.
Definitely doesn't turn your outie into an innie when you're getting yelled out bottom half naked, right? Because that's what happens when we go to the toilet, men, right? We all get bottom half naked. Standard. Little boy wheeze everywhere. Weird I never got tested and I was in the CCF. I thought, fuck you, Eddie. Oh, no. Pay yourself if you clean and Luke's going to fail one.
I would convince myself that I'd somehow have drugs in my urine, even though I don't touch the stuff.
And I worked in a call centre that have no staff left at all if they went in for drug tests. This is Laura. Really that bad? That bad?
Well, if you think about it, call centre staff get abused all day.
What people don't realise is in the army, when you're CDT'd, you can't leave camp until it's over or you're done, regardless of any other commitments you have. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yelling always helps me pee. Says Stuart Thought. What, you just stand there yelling in the toilet? At least one a year in the infantry. Is that true? Okay. Piss on a duty, nothing more funny. Absolutely. Dempsey SEO. Garcia, you could fuck off too with these shitty names.
Yeah, I had to squint at that.
Sneak peek. Thanks, Jane, for the eyeball.
For some reason, I thought that said gweep.
Was Try Hard Eddie on the stream yesterday? No, Lehman. It was me and Joe and Brom. Eddie's not come back yet. I don't know if we ever want him back, to be honest with you. Not sure. Yelling at a shy pisser will only make him more shy and not be able to piss. It does not work. No, it definitely works. I'm joking, obviously. We know that. 9/10 of my kitchen staff would fail. I think I'm the only one who'd pass. Where do you cook? What kitchen? I'm not sure if I want to go there. New name, Gulag Gaming. I actually kind of love that, but it's probably more Call of Duty reference, right? Call centre work is tremendously dull and mostly young people. There are all of the drugs. I mean, I guess it keeps the calls interesting. In fact, to be fair though, Laura, I've definitely phoned some call centres for some companies in this country, and I'm pretty sure the person on the other end's been on drugs. I'm pretty sure. Hit the like button, says the Colonel. Hit the click, click, ding. There you go. There you go. Click, click, ding. We're over 100 though. We've done Gaz's job for him already. That's why he doesn't turn up. I worked for an inventory auditing company. That sounds fucking exciting, Siege Roots. And the only people allowed to work pharmacies were the fresh out of high school kids because the ex-convicts couldn't pass a drugs test. Amazing. Working in the defence and security arena for the better part of 25 years, I've been drug tested more times than I care to count. Says Yargrimnar.
I have a question.
Yes.
So Neil's put on here, we tested once a year in front of a senior NCO who was pissed off because he had to watch us pee into a cup. Do they actually watch you pee into a cup?
Yes.
So you've got your knob out and they see it and they watch you pee
I mean,
into a
they've got
cup.
a squint.
So like, what about girls though? Like, how are they supposed to watch that happen?
You slide underneath them.
I'm not trying to take away from the fact that people doing dangerous jobs, if they're on drugs, they need to be in trouble, blah, 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 safety and all that. But surely that borders on...
James Thompson said, is it even a CDT if someone doesn't try to force a piss and shits themselves?
Can they test that?
You just push it in the cup and put the lid on. It'd be fine.
But sure, like, wouldn't that border on indecent exposure or like...
I don't think the army really cares about that, Liz, to be honest with you.
No, maybe not the army, but normal companies, when they do drugs testing, they can't be in there when...
Oh, no. Normal when I was drug tested normal companies, you just they would sign the keys out to the first aid room with the disabled toilets. So it's like one toilet. They'd sign the keys out. This is my specific building. They'd prep everything in the first aid room. They'd walk you to the disabled toilet. You'd go inside and shut the door behind you. And when you open the door, they'd check first. Oh, it's just a glasses emoji. It's happening tonight. Super Sticker Met is happening tonight. So they'd go in the room, check the room. They check that you've got nothing in your pockets. Ask you to pull your pockets out to make sure your pockets are empty. Okay. Then they'd shut the door and you'd lock it. You'd do your test. You'd come out. They'd tell you how far to fill it. Blah 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 blah. They take it out. The first thing they do once they take the cup off you is check the temperature.
Yeah.
To make sure it's body temperature, essentially.
I think I'd probably fail getting it in the cup. Trying to pee on a pregnancy test was a challenge. And that was just sticking a stick in the stream, trying to actually get it in a cup. It's too much. Already failed.
Well, they used to give us little tubes in the army.
Oh, no, forget that. That's never going in
that's
there.
All right. I fit the whole thing inside. Your hula hoops, right? Eddie said, coming soon, apparently. Not if we don't want you back, mate. Every time someone puts a word one up, I've got to lean in to read it because I can't read it on the screen in front of me.
My glasses on.
I had a friend that was a person. He has a sick-looking smile generally, and it made everyone uncomfortable. He loved it. That's amazing. You draw straws towards the women. I mean, I guess the army didn't issue you modesty. They absolutely fucking didn't. This version of me now, Meg, is only after years and years and years of refinement and training from my wife. The man, child, and an animal when I met her. Not entirely. I feel like she just thought it was a taming project at the start.
I likes me a social experiment.
I feel like it was just a, I wonder.
It was fun putting you around my friends, though.
Don't watch me leak or gurgle my nurgles. It's Matthew amazing. It was fun putting you around your friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was like, check this guy out. He's got his own car. He's got his own job. Doesn't ask me for money. Check him out. Lock that shit in.
Didn't ask for money, just took it. Getting asked does creatine is tested for. Getting asked does creatine is tested for. What? Maybe I didn't know if... women watch women, says Carl. I mean,
yeah, but it doesn't,
if that's what you're into, mate.
It doesn't make it any, like, what if you're a really private person and you've just been pinged for a drugs test? Nobody actually suspects you, but your name's come up. Imagine how traumatizing that is, that you're a really private person and then there's someone watching you trying to pee.
I mean, I don't... If it's in the army... I mean, I guess... So I've just been through the process when I wasn't in the forces. But when I was in the forces, you get watched. And at that point, you've probably all seen each other naked anyway at some point.
Yeah.
At least once.
Nope.
You used to have, like... You could be on a minibus up to watch something, and then someone just calls naked bus. That's the rules.
No.
It's just the rules, isn't it?
No. No.
I know there's a ton of army people in chat, but am I right? Someone calls naked bus or naked bar. What happens? Tell the story. What happens? Just so I don't tell the story. You tell the story, and then we'll see if I'm... maybe I just got sore off. Maybe I've just been bullied, but, you know. Did you know that for professional sports leagues in the US, someone gets paid to watch a player piss, then courier the urine sample to the lab? Amazing. There's no piss test in the Civi CDTs that I've done. There isn't the ones I did. I like the fact that 90% of my chat just uses the word piss now. It's just it now. It's just... YouTube's going, what's going on? This stream. Do we need to watch it?
Colonel's put, wait, really? Is that all it takes to land a lady in the UK? Hell, I'm moving there tomorrow.
You should.
What sort of bike do you have, Liam? Just bought a Triumph Speedmaster for a jolly.
I also bought a Triumph, Will. And I didn't buy it. Shall I show you all my bike? I'm very proud of this thing. I wonder if I can actually find it on my iCloud photos. Oh, hang on. This could take longer. Keep talking, chat, because this could take me a while. Naked stream, says Keith Moore. Yes. Oh, no, hang on. Nurgle Mouth says rules is rules. Yeah, so he gets it. He gets it. You sign away your right to privacy when you enlist, says Siege Roots. Yeah, you're right.
What about legal highs?
What about them?
What if they have traces in your urine, but it's a legal high?
So legal highs aren't legal in the army.
Okay.
You with me?
Yeah.
Kind of. I know what's a quicker way of doing this. Plug this in. So legal highs are not legaled. The forces will ban them.
Because it still clouds your judgment.
It's still a high, essentially,
okay.
yeah. So Kyle Harvey says, I'm naked. Amazing. Why has that not done that? Open up Apple phone. Fucking Apple. Get me someone who works for Apple. Where's Meg? Oh, hang on, it's working now. Good.
Oh my God. Neil says, first shower on Paris Island with 73 recruits, 1 shower head and a drill instructor counting to 10. That sounds like a very different version to 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
I'm not sure it does, but okay.
73 recruits, 1 shower head.
I mean, all right. I'm okay with saying it's. I think they're two. I think they're two very different things, though, Luce. If I'm honest with you.
Well, I wouldn't know. I haven't seen the cup one.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, you're missing out.
I'm not. I'm bloody not.
Great television.
No, I watched Stewie and Brian's thingy on Family Guy on it, so I don't need to watch it.
Oh, hang on. I think I found it. Right. Most of you who don't like motorbikes and be like, I don't know what I'm looking at or care. but this is proud moment, right? This is my bike. So someone who asked.
It looks smaller.
Who asked? Will Stewart asked. Here's the bike. Banned from town before Herrick for naked bar, says Carl Goodman. A friend was tested 7 times in 9 months. His supervisor was sending him all the time because he was the only one of the production team who was sure to pass. They finally made him stop. That's amazing. That's my bike, people. There it is on the screen right now. It's a Triumph Trident 660. For those of you geeks that care. That's the bike. Right, there it is. It's very pretty.
It looks smaller.
It does. It's big enough for me right now. Let me put it that way.
When I was in the Marine Corps, during boot camp we didn't have stalls on the toilets.
Oh no.
Some of the best conversations I've ever had.
Oh no. No. Oh no. That would be it. I'm phoning home.
The fastest way to a man's heart actually isn't through his stomach, but between his ribs. That's true. Stuart, you're right. I get that. I've now knocked my microphone. It's got all loose and saggy. Did you paint that? Says Noggle Matthew. No, but it is matte black. No, it's a trend. No, it's a trend. I like matte black. So forever asked, who was the person who asked? So Will Stewart, there you go. That's my bike, sir. That's what I treat myself to.
While in the US military, the Constitution doesn't even apply to you anymore until you get out.
How many people in our chat are current or ex-military?
I'm going to say 20.
Like, out of a percentage?
20%. No, it's higher than that, I think.
I got an idea.
You going to do a poll?
Yeah. I'm going to say, are you current or ex-forces? Yes, no. Right, I'm just curious. I've got 156 people watching right now. I'm curious because there's a ton of people that say things. I'm like, oh, okay. Actually, you're also a forces person. Oh, you're also, and I'm like, fuck me. Everyone's fucking current or ex-forces.
Yeah, but like attracts like.
I vote, even if you're not. I'm just curious as to how high it is. I'm expecting like 10%, but I feel like it's probably more. Grimlock says, oh, so in the US there are states that have decriminalised marijuana, but federally it's still illegal. If you smoke weed, don't purchase a firearm in the US, you will commit a felony. Oh, interestingly. That's California. Bridger was telling me about California. California have legalised it, but federally it's still illegal, which is fucking lose my mind over that stuff. Is it a model? Not a bike. At first I was confused as to why it says Trump on it. Not Trump, no. Trumpet, right? Only 2 wheels, odd car, absolutely. It was a bike until last weekend when it pissed it down with rain. It's now a rust bucket. No, it's fine. It's under a cover. It's a bit small for you. No, it's fine. I am 6 foot. I am perfectly comfortable. Don't you worry. That's not a bike. It's a glorified hairdryer. Fuck you, Keith. I had morphine in hospital after a car accident. I know now why opioids are very addictive, but never tried again. Chris, welcome, Chris. Chris was at the tournament this last weekend as well. It's a beauty of a bike, Liam. Wish my Speedy had some of the features yours has. Also, heated grips. Those heated grips are game changing this weekend, Chris. You need them. Get them in your life, mate. They're amazing. I did buy some slightly warmer gloves for the winter because mine were summer ones, but otherwise, heated grips are just not friends until you've had to lie next to a bloke wanking and pretend he's not.
No. Oh no. There are some things that are private.
Ever knocked over a portable toilet with one of your lads in it? No. We used to do the midday Thunderbox challenge though.
No.
I
got invited to Glastonbury by an old friend, and she said, keep your Pringles tubes. And I thought, oh, okay, well, this is odd. All right, I'll keep my Pringles tubes. I never ended up going with her for this reason. She said the Portaloos will probably be broken and the queues will be too long. So save your Pringles tubes and you can go into the toilet in those. And I was like, right, okay, but they're not watertight. So what do we do with them before we find a bin? And she was like, no, it's for your poos.
Oh,
no.
No.
I'm not doing it.
No. What did you do? Did you just slide the lid over to crimp it off? Is that what you do?
Totally. I'm like, I'd actually looked at her in a whole other light. Like, I know what you do.
Eddie says CCF counts, right? Everyone who's in the chat currently, Eddie, who is current or ex-forces, now just thinks you're a cunt. So there you go. I would stop shouting about being CCF, quite frankly. Chris says, I'm not ex-military. I was too lazy for boot camp. Fuck getting up at 5 a.m. every morning with some bitch shouting at me. Someone get Chris a gifted membership, by the way. Someone get him a gifted membership. Man's a legend. He was a pleasure to talk to this weekend. Kane's been trying to convince him to sign up. He clearly doesn't want to. Get him in anyway. Then he'll get hooked. Then he'll have to sign up. Right? That's how it works. Former RCN officer here. I was an army brat and I was a cadet, so unable to join the actual military, says Fanuc. X2 para. Toured the USS Alabama. Went through the head bathrooms and the toilet was a bar over a metal trough. I've seen worse. The paras used to dig trenches next to fence posts. You could just hang off the fence post and lean back. It was off civil role, but said, nah, says Fanuc. Yeah, fuck civvy role. No, none of that nonsense.
Lehman saying, all I'm hearing is Luce is upper class when it comes to festivals. And what is wrong with needing the porcelain throne and not sleeping on the floor? What is wrong with that? Having
lived rough on exercise and stuff like that, I'm okay with being a posh pooer.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
I am a porcelain princess. I'm not doing it in a Pringles tub. No.
Do you know, we've got 105 votes at the moment. We've got near enough 25% that are in fact current or ex-forces.
So
that's much higher than I thought it was going to be.
Well, when I said 20%, I thought that would be too low.
Well, I'm impressed by that, people. I'm impressed by that. Same type of nerds attract. I found it hard to fit in some Warhammer shops. Hate small doors. Well, you're welcome here, Carl, obviously. Ultimate friendship, building on a fallen mate's wank sock for charity.
No.
Oh, bidding on it. Okay, that makes more sense. Had a K1200 BMW with a heated seat. Never want a bike with a heated seat again. Constantly felt like I had pissed myself. No, I didn't want a heated seat, but heated grips.
Oh, James, no. Oh, no.
We'll get there. Megan says, oh, God, no. I'm sure she was listening to your Pringles tube story. I never partook myself, but used to make fun of all the people that did. I was a drunk guy. Fucking with the high people. Amazing. Right, I'm going to scroll down a bit. Combined cadet force. None of that nonsense. Chris says no. Don't say no. Get yourself involved. Come and join us on Discord. Hang out. It's a cool place with cool people. You'll fit in, right? Honestly. So if you've ever been camping or fishing, you've pissed in a bottle before, probably.
Nope.
Ex-Navy Reserves for 15 years, says Yargrim. Now wrong with a shovel recce in the middle of the night. Absolutely. See, Tim knows. He knows. I almost joined military, was in meetings with a recruiter, took tests, etc., but didn't join because I wanted freedom, says Stuart Thorpe. I mean, you definitely lose it, but you definitely lose it, right?
Do you know what was the baffling thing about the army for me? We were brand new in our married quarters. You were really ill. You had, well, I think it was almost flu. You were really bad, shivering, achy muscles, could barely walk in a straight line. And to, air quotes, call in sick, you still had to shave, get dressed, go into work, so you could be contagious, go into work, and then have the nurse say, yes, you're right, you are quite sick, you need to go back home. Completely baffling. You're not a child, and you didn't really ever call in sick, so surely they would look at your record and say, well, he hardly ever calls in sick, he must be really sick. But you still had to drag your ass into work, infecting everyone, for then the nurse to agree with you. And then if she didn't agree with you, you had to do a full day's work feeling shit.
Yeah.
Baffling.
James
but then
Holmes.
they'll deem you adult enough to work on a patchy, but not adult enough to say that you feel like shit and you're contagious.
So James says best thing is going back in the field with another man.
No. Mm-mm.
You don't just face each other, James.
Oh, God.
But Dutch ruddering. The US military literally has laws telling you how to have sex. Cool. Okay. I now want to read those. Just left the army in April after 24, says Prime Lever. Legend. Liam, you're a modern day Aladdin. If someone gives me a sub, I'm going to uninstall YouTube. Why, Chris? Because it's a fun place to be. We're just a whole group of enablers, right? A whole group of enablers. Find a nice rut in the ground and snuggle buddy and sleep really well. It's never gay in the infantry. It's true. It's true. It's just cuddling. It's for warmth. That's all it's for.
Carl of Hodgie says, loose like the pads then. We were really lucky with our military quarters, but
yeah,
I didn't
we were
like
off camp, essentially.
I didn't like it because it was a nice house, a nice area. I liked it because it was mine and Liam's. So I'd come from my family home and you'd come from barracks, and this was actually our little bubble, just us.
Yeah.
Loved it.
We were lucky as well. Where our barracks was, we were in a local village, so it was actually a 15-20 minute drive off of camp to go into where we got our married quarter.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, married quarter, basically they give us a house to live in because we were married and in the forces. So we were lucky. We weren't just off of camp. It was actually really nice.
It was beautiful. We were so lucky.
Yeah. It was really nice. RA reservist counts. Yeah. I mean, if you've clicked yes, you should probably change your vote. That's changed. Luckily, you can now self-certify the military for up to 48 hours. That makes much more sense. Much more sense. Grandfather was in the army in World War II, and I almost enlisted in high school, but my grandmother asked me not to when I was going to sign. I get that, though, Siege Reeds. Respect to your grandfather, though, in World War II. What a hero. Had a Harley Sportster till I realised I probably shouldn't be driving with a brain injury. Was that as a result of the Harley? I mean, or was that before, AB? Did you still have the bike, or did you just stop riding it and get rid of it altogether? I'm interested. There's people I know that have bikes who don't have bike licenses or haven't ridden for like 20 years. They've still got their bike and they still tinker with it and work on it, which I find fascinating. Nice. It's like a little like Meccano project that you just can't let go of.
If that
It's
was
like
me,
giant. It's like giant modelling almost, right?
If that was me and I'd had a bike and I'd tinkered on it, if anyone said, "Are you going to ride it?" Fuck no. I've been messing around on that bike. That's a death trap now.
I'm a qualified engineer, so I'm okay with riding on my own bike that I've tinkered with, right? I feel like that's part of it as a qualified mechanic. But mind you, my mechanics was qualified in helicopters and gas turbine engines, so not necessarily relevant for a motorbike.
No. I'd be looking at your Triumph going, "Oh, the chain slipped off. I can put that back on for you."
I don't think you could. It's a bit different to your push bike, darling.
You just got to grease it up. It's fine.
And Chris, who is in chat, who has been a motorbike engineer for a very long time, is probably now swearing at the screen. You've just got to grease it up. That's it.
Just got to grease it up.
Don't worry about the tension. Don't worry about the alignment.
They're just posh words
Yeah.
to sound important.
Yeah, don't worry about that stuff.
Just gotta grease
Just
it up.
grease it. The amount of times I've heard that sentence out of Lucy's mouth, you just got to grease it up.
Yeah, spit on it.
And that one. There you go.
That's the one that you usually say.
There you go. There's a peek into our married life.
I remember the chain coming off of James's trike, and I called you because it's a trike, and I thought, is it different from a bike? And you said, spit on it because you've got no grease on you at the moment. It worked, but...
Oh, no. Okay, right. Yeah, Chris says that he was a motorcycle tech for 12 years. 12 years he was. I was going to say something nice, but Kane was looking at me weird. When I bought my bike, Liam gave me so much shit how things changed. Did I give you shit? Did I? Prove it. The structure would have been nice, and I actually would have enjoyed the MOS. Probably would have, actually. Do you know what, right? I have a lot of negative things to say about my time in the army. Because when you're in the forces, you like to moan about it because life's shit, but you always tell everyone you're living the dream. But I actually look back on my military career very, very fondly. And there's a little part of me that kind of misses it. I wouldn't go back in, don't worry.
No.
I would never want to go back in because the reason why I left hasn't changed. I have kids, and with Apache, we were going away a lot. So that's not something that would ever resolve. But I actually kind of miss the whole forces life. One of the things I love about the camaraderie we're building within the community, within the Discord, etc. right now is the fact that there's some of that sense of feeling that I had before. We're creating kind of a brotherhood, despite the fact that it's not locked to just males, clearly. But we're creating that community feel, that camaraderie to a point. It won't quite ever be the same as when it's in the military, but the fact that my community is full of so many ex-forces people, there's also a bit of that there as well, which is quite nice, where there's kind of a shared understanding, you know, and I actually really love that about it. So that's one of the reasons why I'm so proud of our little community space as well. It's great that, because what you learn about when you're in the forces, you could not see a mucker for 3, 4, 5 years because they get posted somewhere else or they go away or whatever, and then you bump into each other and that's it then. You're both just chatting again like you always have been. Like that's just, it doesn't matter. But you also have shared experiences where you just have an understanding, right? So it's hard to explain when you talked about your military, about going away and shitting in fucking fields and all that stuff, and then you go, oh, and I missed it. And people go, are you mental? How can you miss that? How can you miss living under a plastic sheet in the piss wet through, sleeping in a shell scrape full of water, and then taking a shit in the woods? There's something about the experience that you share with other people that, like I said, that camaraderie, which is quite important. And that sense of purpose is another big thing as well.
I don't think I miss it at all. So the people from the military who were there in our lives in the military are still with us in our lives now.
Yeah.
So that helps. But I hated how, like going on tour, you just have to pause your life.
Yeah,
and
you do.
People are like, well, just do some overtime at work. Just go drinking with your friends a lot more. And you're like, well, yeah, I will. But it's horrible.
One of the big things I miss, so one of the things I struggle with the most about being on YouTube, one of the things I miss about the forces specifically, is like there's a sense of almost meaning, I guess, to your work. Like, I'm struggling to explain it right now, but there's something about what you're doing. I was an Apache engineer. I wasn't even frontline infantry, for fuck's sake. I was just an Apache engineer. And there's something about it that makes you go, there's meaning to my role here. I'm making a difference. And when I do this, it's like, well, what am I actually benefiting anybody? Like, apart from I'm just getting to play toy soldiers and get paid for it, which is amazing, by the way. But that's a thing that I think I really miss from the forces. Even in the railway, I was in fucking senior management, and I feel like I didn't have that sense of purpose that I had in the forces, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, especially when I was in Afghanistan, 3 times in Afghanistan, and we were working on AH out there. An Apache in Afghanistan, they have 2 Apache in the UK British Army. They have 2 Apache that are always on what they call VHR. VHR stands for very high readiness. VHR means you've got 2 pilots sleeping just off of the flight line, and when a big alarm goes off, they literally wake up, run to Apache, jump in the pilot's seat, start and go. And that alarm goes off because of a thing called TIC. TIC is troops in contact. So if we had a TIC report come through, troops in contact, they would launch Apache. It would go up in Overwatch. It would sit above, and Terry Taliban fucking hated Apache, so he would run away. Because Terry Taliban knew Apache could see him from miles away and flatten him, and he couldn't do much back to it. And we also used to launch Apache every time we used to send the MERT up. The MERT is the Medical Emergency Response Team, which is the Chinook that would go up and pick up casualties. So every time we launched that aircraft, we were literally making a difference to people's lives. Right? Because they were in life or death situations. And so you like, there's a purpose. The amount of times I got called to an aircraft because there was an issue on startup, and I'm the mechanic that's got to fix it there before it takes off and fucks off to help someone. I loved that pressure. I loved it.
Do you not think it's maybe traumatized you, or like changed your brain to think that immense pressure is normal? So do you reckon because it was such an event that you're now living in the normal lane of life isn't scratching the itch?
No, 100%. 100% think that. Absolutely.
So there's not a part of your brain that's like, phew, I'm glad I'm not there anymore. I'm now in safe, predictable civilization. Let's stay here.
I really miss it.
Yeah, I think
it's weird. It's weird. And the thing is, the thing that I specifically did, it doesn't really exist anymore either. Yeah. Like, if I went back to the army now, which I'm not going to do, to be clear, it's not going to happen. Especially because they make me shave my face, and that's a trauma in itself.
And you probably have to pass a PFT.
Yeah, lose some weight, exactly. So it's not going to happen, right? So, but the people that I loved being there with aren't there anymore. That doesn't exist.
Yeah.
The units that I were in aren't those units anymore. And on top of which, the tours to Afghan have changed now. We don't do regular tours to Herrick anymore. So that's not something that, it's not something. The thing that I knew is my bread and butter. The thing that I did, the thing that I went out there 3 times to do, the thing that I've got my only service medal for, doesn't exist anymore. So it wouldn't be the same anyway. But you're right. That kind of experience is a life changer to a point, right? And I'm glad that my experience isn't much of a life changer as some other people's. There's people in the chat who are infantry. They've had much different life changing experiences, and I'm glad I've never really had those types of life changing experiences.
Yeah.
So I can't stand toe to toe with some of those people.
So I've got a friend who I think he's still infantry. I'm not sure, and I went to school with him, and I wasn't best mates with him, didn't really speak much. He was actually fairly quiet in school. But when I did speak to him in his adult life, because somehow we were connected again through like the 6 degrees of separation. So oh my God, it's you. How are you? Talking to him then as an adult, he is a different person. And I wonder if it's infantry. So maybe the army's brought him out of his shell and he's been in supervisory roles and he's sort of found his calling and he's really happy. But I couldn't help but think, wow, if I didn't know that was you, I'd think I was talking to a whole new person.
I definitely,
so different.
I definitely changed with the army experience in general. I always say this, right? I always say about how bad the military was, etc., etc., etc. But I also say quite frequently, one, I loved it, and I would never change the experiences I had. And secondly, that it definitely shaped me into the person I am today.
But the things that you loved, has health and safety got hold of those, and they're not in the army anymore?
Oh, there was things. One of the reasons why I left, there were things that were literally changing during my forces experience for the worse.
Yeah.
When I signed up, when I started, did my basic training, did my trade training, the first I don't know how many years was all work and all play.
Yeah.
It was, it was fucking carnage.
There was naked bar.
There was naked bar.
Very uncomfortable. Didn't know where to look.
There was lots of carnage. It was just, we used to party hard. We used to work hard. We used to party hard. And throughout my time in, my role specifically, the play hard stuff started to wind right back to the point where now, for example, we used to finish work straight on the beers. And until you'd literally passed out in a pool of your own vomit, wake up the next morning, dust yourself off, quick shave, shower, back into work on aircraft all day, straight on the beers afterwards. Like, it was on exercise in America and some of the other places, it was fucking horrendous the amount that we got through. And that now they have breathalyzers on camp. They'll breathalyze you, and if you're over the legal limit, so you can't work on aircraft, you get charged. Because health and safety got hold of it. Yeah. They went, what do you mean you got all these piss people working on aircraft?
Like, that's not new.
I worked on aircraft piss better than a lot of them worked on it sober, quite frankly. Right? Honestly, I really loved it, and it definitely made me the person I am today. I'm sure the military isn't the same military that it was years ago, but there are things. Watching the Queen's funeral, it makes you very proud at times of our lads and lasses in all of the forces, and I'm including emergency services in that as well, to be fair.
We watched far more of it than I thought we would. I thought I'll turn it on, James will ask a couple of questions, and maybe that can then be the exposure to all of the dress that all of our services wear for special occasions. And I think we watched it for nearly the whole thing, and it was amazing to have the royal family together, so you could actually pause the telly and go, right, that one is that person's son, they're not going to be king. These 3 people are the same family and they all belong to that one there, because the royal family are very rarely all together like that. So that was really cool. And then just seeing all of the uniforms, you forget how many there are. It's nice.
It was nice to say, because James was asking about some of it, and I could say, well, that means that, and that means that, and the reason why they wear that hat instead of that hat that was quite interesting.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, hang on a minute, so the military uniforms, everything means something. Yup.
Yeah.
Stooped in history. Like I said, more importantly, it makes you, because our guys and girls in all of the forces, whether we're talking NHS, ambulance service, police force, fire brigade, army, navy, no, not the RF, army, navy, they just do a special job under terrible conditions with terrible funding and not enough manpower in every one of those services. Yeah. And they all keep going to work. It's amazing. It's incredible. So, big hats off to all of them. Hit that like button if you love them.
Thanks, Colonel.
Colonel's got my back. That's why he's taking Gaz's job tonight, right? But yeah, it's all joking aside. Don't hit that like button for that reason. Just hit it because you want to, potentially. But yeah, it makes you super proud of them. They did a great job. It wasn't, it's one of those points where I got a bit nostalgic, right? And I got a bit like, oh, I miss putting that uniform on, and I do ultimately. And I also I went to a couple of Remembrance Sunday parades, as you remember, in a suit and tie with my medals on, and I felt like a bit of a con because I did 10 years and I've got 2 medals. One of them's for a tour, because I went to Afghanistan, and one of them is because I was in when the Queen had a jubilee. That was it. And I'm like, I don't. And the worst part is when you walk down there and you go, I've got some medals. Look at me. Because there is a sense of pride. Then you get there and you see some old boy who looks like he could be my great granddad, who's got a chest of them. You're like, I'll just hide these ones right now. I'm just not going to show these ones off, right? I'm just not going to show these. This isn't going to happen, okay? So, yeah. John De Silva eating crayons since 1802. Absolutely. Anyway, right. At this point, we might as well just keep going for the next 50 minutes to 10 o'clock. You'd have a double stream here, team, all right? Double stream. It's because Titans put me on pressure.
I didn't realise that America changed their clocks. For some reason, I just thought that was us.
I just thought that everyone did it at the same time, but they decided to do it a week later. Why do we still have it?
I don't know. I know years and years ago they trialled not springing forward, I think. And in Scotland, school kids were either coming home or going to school completely in the pitch dark. And a few
nowadays, I don't know why we've still got daylight saving time and British summer time. Doesn't make sense. Chris says Kane's got a special uniform with a zip slot for the mouth and leash. Brilliant. Amazing. I thought Kane had just said goodnight as well, so I feel like you're getting that in there whilst he can't see it. Right? I feel like it's just a slip that one in. No one sniped him. No one sniped Chris. No one got him a membership. That's sad. I don't think I can do it on my own stream. No, I can't. I have to be a member. I'm not becoming a member of my own stream. Granddad was a desert rat. Dad served in Ireland during Bloody Sunday and Falklands. Fucking hell. But seeing what my dad went through with PTSD was very hard. There's a ton of that out there as well before we understood mental health as much as we do nowadays, which is interesting, right? Changing clocks is largely about the cost of electricity.
Oh, that makes more sense.
I mean, that does, especially now. In that case, can we wildly change the clocks right now, please?
Yeah.
Let's just shorten the working day right down.
But didn't I read somewhere they were going to do a 4-day working week? That was weeks ago. I don't know any company that started that yet.
That's never going to happen.
It was in the headlines. They were going to do a 4-day working week.
That's never going to happen in the UK. All that's going to happen in the UK is you're going to work more and earn less.
No, that's exactly it. You work longer on the 4 days to get the fifth one off.
Ben, I missed that you sniped. Thank you. You're a hero. I've just spotted that you gifted a membership legend, and then Tim went and got him. Tim sniped Chris. So let's push this up. Boop, 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 like that. Boop, boop, and like that. Boop. Right, here we go. Good. Ha, Chris got. Ha ha ha. He said he was going to uninstall YouTube and smash his phone, so now I want photographic proof. Okay. He's been got. We got him. If he's still in chat now, if he's not, he would have literally just got an email saying, you're gifted membership on the Liam Dempsey stream. Then he can swear aloud. Smarvin, hello from Australia. Welcome, dude. Welcome, you legend. Oh, yo, Grimnar sniped someone else. Who are you sniping? Do you get Smarvin? He gets him. He just pops in, says hello from Australia, and got. The snipers are hot tonight.
Got bit.
Look at that, if you got bit. I love that show. With Carl, whose name isn't Carl.
It's Coral.
Coral! You got bit.
That show makes no sense. How did the baby survive, but perfectly capable adults died? It makes no sense.
I love that show. It's terrible. But Rick's amazing. You got bit. Right, anyway.
And how is it that the zombies get quicker?
The zombies don't get quicker.
They get quicker.
Later
Season
on,
they're stupid.
In the later series of The Walking Dead, the zombies just become inconsequential. Humans are just killing each other. There's zombies in the background.
Going,
Yeah. Yeah, it's not The Walking Dead anymore. It's The Walking Living with some dead in the background. That's it. Right? That's it. That's all it is.
The Walking Living. Well, not all of them. Not all of them are walking. Remember, there's cannibalism going on.
Chris says, what have you done? He got. Oh, brilliant. They trialled the 4-day week with a load of companies. The trial ended recently, which is why it was in the news. Apparently, most of the companies that were in the trial are keeping it. That's interesting.
Ooh.
That's interesting. I've got no fucking chance of a 4-day week.
Boris works in a school, and in this area, there were some letters home from the local schools saying that they were making the school days longer to catch up and close the gap of COVID. So they didn't realise how many children were without the internet or without laptops and stuff. So the COVID learning, there was a huge percentage of kids that actually couldn't do anything because they had no internet. So it was, I don't know if it was trial, but it was put in a letter and sent home that they were going to make it a longer learning day. So some kids finishing at 4:30, I think.
Oh.
So if you start school at 8:30, you're then going all the way through to 4:30.
I feel like we're missing out on this by having homeschooling. We could have so much peace and quiet.
Would we though?
Think of all the work we could get done.
Think of all the meltdowns. No, thank you.
Yeah. Smarvin pays it forward. Another gifted membership. Who are you sniping, sir? Who are you sniping? Jimalam. I love it. It's almost Jim Jam. Jimalam. There we go. Another sniped one. You fucking dancers. Look at you lot all paying it forward. Heroes. Herm says, Coral. I fucking love that show.
Coral.
It was so shit. I loved it so much. It was such a fucking terrible program. And yet I just couldn't stop watching it. It was amazing.
What I want to know is, how come the common cold seemed to be missed? They had...
I think they had more...
name that died in childbirth?
I think they had more pressing illnesses to worry about, Luce.
But this is what I'm saying. The common cold. Where was the common cold? There was no sanitation. No real electricity. Supplies were running low. No common cold, though.
They also...
The immune systems, we're all getting the best sleep of our lives.
It did also create the one of the greatest bad guys of all time.
Negan.
Negan. I think I might be the only person who is a Walking Dead fan who, in the episode where he lines up and then fucking baseball bats, what's his name's head off, Glenn's head off, I cheered.
So, fun fact, Glenn is in The Big Bang Theory in season 1, I think. I think it's season 1. He was Sheldon Cooper's original roommate.
I think I was the only person that was so happy when he battered Glenn's head. Like, oh, they've mixed it up now. This is good.
So, Negan's name isn't Negan, it's Denny. Because he was in Grey's Anatomy first.
But Lucille.
Yeah, I know. Every time I see someone walk around town with a Lucille shirt on, I'm like, oh god.
In that show, with his leather jacket and his fucking baseball wrapped in barbed wire, he was just fucking walking sex.
Although
I would have definitely banged him.
Although I think the best bad guy was the governor.
I mean, he was pretty evil.
Yeah, I think he was the best bad. But then
Negan wins though.
We only watched up to.
Negan's the reason to watch The Walking Dead.
Oh, we only watched up to when that tiger came into it, and then we were like, "No, you've lost me.
Oh,
this is
yeah.
officially ridiculous now."
Tiger,
we could kind
amazing.
of understand everything
The trained
before
tiger.
it, but now it's a trained tiger. No,
I forgot about that.
This is a bridge too far.
Negan's the reason to watch The Walking Dead. He had a better story arc than fucking Rick, for Christ's sake. He was just the best reason. Although I would have liked to have seen more from Shane. I was really sad that they killed him off in season 2. By the way, spoilers if you haven't watched The Walking Dead. Season 2, do you know season 2 is interesting? Season 2 they had like fuck all budget. They had no budget, which is why they filmed the whole thing on one farm.
Isn't it amazing that on the shows where you can tell there's no budget, that's at times the best acting they do? Because you can't hide behind production. You have to bring your A game. Although I wish, what was his name? He was the brother of the guy who was left on the roof that then had to cut his own wrist off. What was his name?
Oh, Daryl's brother.
Daryl. I was on about Daryl. I wish that they didn't make... Well, does it actually add to the character that they made him out to be horrible in season 1?
So bad news, good news week from Asbo. Bad news, 2 teeth pulled.
Ooh.
Now I look like a hillbilly. You go live in Arizona. Good news, handed my notice in as I said to the company, make me a stupid offer I can't refuse. And they did. There you go. So he's got a new job. He went to a company, said, make me an offer I can't refuse. And they said, okay. And they gave him a new offer. So that's good news. And then no smoking, signed 7 weeks.
Oh, that's amazing.
Good man, well done.
You're on your way to $5,000.
Negan's entry was amazing. Yes, it was. Zombies and Walking Dead are the most morally consistent party. Yes, they are. Glenn, the first Asian actor to get with the white girl, says he's roots. Negan was also Batman's dad. Amazing. Liberty Fires is here. I like that they kept that scene true to the comic, but after that, Negan just has a bunch of empty threats. Yeah, I mean, yeah. They could have saved T-Dog, but that chick let him die in the prison. Oh, well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh well. Now I'm going to have to start binging The Walking Dead all over again.
No, I'm not watching it again. Honestly, it gave me anxiety at the best of times. I'm not, no.
Pretty sure some of the zombies are getting smart now, are they not? I haven't watched the last couple of seasons, to be honest with you.
It blows my mind nobody thought of a treehouse community.
Carol the Master Builder, Death Killer. She's my hero. Says she was a strange character arc, wasn't she?
Sure.
You need to watch the most recent season. And even got even better. Okay. Expect to see a Walking Dead binge to start. Luz hates it. She gets nervous out over there while I'm watching it here.
I'm not doing it. No. No, I'll just binge Big Bang again.
I mean, that's the 14th time in a week. I stopped watching Before Negan, season Before Negan. Nope, couldn't do it. I mean, you have to just accept the fact that it's just a shit program and then lean into it. That's it.
I actually feel really sorry for Shane.
It's like Supernatural. Shit program.
Oh my
Loved it.
God, that was terrible.
Love that show.
I think I actually watched you watch it to be like, this
Love
guy
that show.
is so perfectionist on his own streaming equipment and the quality of stream. He's actually watching this tonk right now. I can't believe this must be a joke. This is an April Fool's thing that's gone on for far too long.
I love shit TV. Supernatural. So do you know how the love for Supernatural came about?
No.
Interestingly, so the love for Supernatural came about because I was in Afghanistan and I had nothing to watch, and a friend was like, "Here's my hard drive. It's got fucking 12 seasons of Supernatural on it." I was like, "All right, I'm in the desert. I've got fuck all to do." Plug it into my laptop, started binge watching it because there's nothing else to watch. And the first few episodes, I was like, "This is shit. This is awful." But because I had nothing else to watch, I just kept watching it, and then I just really got into the story. And then when Gabriel turns up, it's just fucking amazing. The Archangel shows up. Oh, it's great. It's a great series.
So me and Brom had an Afghan plan, and I got Brom hooked on Grey's Anatomy. And we'd text each other, "You on season 2 yet? Episode 5? Yep, I'm doing it.
I loved it. Love Supernatural. It was so dumb, says Herm. Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy watching The Boys, says Carmorsi.
Top 3 TV shows.
Oh, no. I can't do that.
Okay, hang on. Give me a minute.
Band of Brothers 1.
Yeah, Band of Brothers.
It's a TV show. Band of Brothers is 1.
It's Band of Brothers season now. Every November, because of Remembrance Day, we watch Band of Brothers.
I love Band of Brothers number 1.
Clarkson's Farm. Oh, no, wait. Oh, no, there's too many, because Apple TV has started to kick out some really good stuff.
I don't know if I put Clarkson's Farm on my top 3, but I do love it.
Okay, what about Slow Horses or The Morning Show?
I wouldn't put either of them in my top 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're good.
Oh.
I reckon BBC's Sherlock Holmes is probably up there.
With Cumberland Sausage?
Yeah, with Benedict Cumbersnatch.
Yeah.
Old Cumberbund, whatever his name is. Old Cumbersnatch, he was like number 2. Oh, maybe no. I really like that series. The modernisation of Sherlock Holmes was great.
Yeah.
See, I don't do films, people, but I like TV shows.
What about Sons of Anarchy?
Oh, I really like Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah. Well, that's your 3 now. That's your 3. There's no more now.
I really like Sons of Anarchy.
Where's Walking Dead coming?
I'll probably put Sons of Anarchy in number 3 somewhere, I reckon.
Number 3 somewhere.
So number 1. Number 1's Band of Brothers. Number 3, Sons of Anarchy. Number 2 spot's up for grabs right now. I'm not sure. Not sure.
I don't know what mine would be.
There's loads of suggestions in here now. Doctor Who. Get out, Keith. Get out. Firefly. Oh.
See, I like the really cheesy stuff like Gavin and Stacey. It's so cheesy.
You can't go Band of Brothers, Gavin and Stacey. You can't do that.
There's a clear
No.
scale 1 to 10. Gavin and Stacey's at 10, and Band of Brothers is not.
Cumbersnatch. They like the Cumbersnatch name. The British Office, Meg. If you're talking about the British Office, you're right. But if you're talking about the American one, you're very wrong, I'm afraid.
What was that show that had Rob Brydon in and he would talk in the car?
Marion and Jeff. Oh. That was a great show. That was one of the shittest produced shows ever, and it was fucking hilarious. I loved Marion and Jeff. It was so shit.
I'd never heard about it until you said. And you literally pitched it as, it's this guy that talks in the car and he sounds a bit like a stalker.
It was just Rob Brydon. He is like a stalker. He's like, I think he's been left by his missus or whatever, and she's gone on to bang some other dude. And he's just doing video diaries in a car, and it's so bad. It's great.
But he's parked outside her house.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. It's bloody brilliant. It's bloody brilliant.
Oh, Kitchen Nightmares.
Kitchen Nightmares is okay, but it's one of those shows. Kitchen Nightmares is one of those shows, right, where it becomes very predictable what they're gonna do. Like you just kind of know the story arc that's gonna happen. Asbo says Afterlife.
Oh no, I can't. I was in floods of tears.
Oh, Afterlife is good.
My
Afterlife's
God.
up there.
He's such a good writer.
Afterlife is definitely up there.
He did a Golden Globe speech. I know he's done like 1,000 of them, but one of them, he said to all the celebrities, when you come up here, just smile and wave and collect your trophy. Don't try to pretend that you understand what normal people are going through with having no money and job losses. Just come up here, take your trophy, and sit back down. I think that was his best speech he's ever done.
He's my hero, though, Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
I've seen him live. I've watched everything live he's done. I think I've watched basically every show. The only things I haven't watched of Ricky Gervais is the films he's been in, because I don't care about films. I'm just not a film person. I like TV series.
He was the voice for The Cat in the Willoughbys.
Afterlife. If you haven't watched Afterlife, it's a Netflix series with Ricky Gervais in it. I think there's 3 seasons currently on Netflix. And it's one of the greatest pieces of television I think has ever been put together. It's both hilariously funny, incredibly moving, tear-jerking. Both of us at times were like, I can't cope with this fucking programme. I just can't cope with it. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he manages to be hilariously funny in 1 minute and the next minute have everybody watching it fucking bawling their eyes out.
What was that other one he did about a residential care home?
Derek. Derek was a great show.
Oh, he's so good.
That's it, chat. We're going into hour 3 right now because we've got TV shows. You've got us hooked in. I don't know whose that super chat was, but Liberty Fires, he just saved the night. Derek was great, yeah.
The IT crowd is in. Who says it crowd and who says IT crowd?
The IT crowd, I didn't.
No, it didn't land for
Funny
you.
in places, but as an overall show, it wasn't something like, I need to watch the next episode.
For me, it's very much like background, but you find yourself chuckling at it.
I don't know.
It's quite funny.
It's okay. Yeah. I think I might go Band of Brothers, Afterlife, Sons of Anarchy. Wildly different shows, but I think they're my favourite 3.
So I think I'm going to go.
Because I really loved Afterlife. It was so good. Afterlife was one of the only things I've watched where I cried at it in places. I normally don't
my God.
Marley and me. I was like, all right, dog's dead. I don't really care.
Yeah,
And I've got a dog that I'll be devastated when she goes, I wasn't that bothered by Marley and me, but Afterlife was fucking horrible in places.
The writing in Afterlife is because he's not trying to hide the loss. He's just like, this is here, I'm going to own it. And it was like,
Blackadder Goes Forth, where they were in the trenches, was fucking exceptional as well.
Oh, the last episode.
Just the whole last series where they were in the trenches was fucking brilliant comedy. Dad's Army used to make me laugh my ass off all the time.
Yeah,
Stupid humour.
I think mine would be Afterlife's in there, but I don't know where. Morning Show.
Smarvin's just done it for me. He's just knocked Sons of Anarchy off of 3rd spot.
With
Vikings.
Well, he also said Vicar of Dibley, so
mind you, I have to add a caveat with that, Smarvin, to be fair, for Vikings. It does. I think it probably does beat Sons of Anarchy, but only like the first 4 seasons. After Ragnar, I could have taken the Ivor stuff and not really be bothered. When they killed Ragnar off, they could have ended the series, and I don't feel like it would have made a massive difference. Like, I would have been happy with that. When they carried on with the Ivor the Boneless story, it was just kind of a bit
Yeah.
It's a bit. I feel like it lost a lot of its momentum at that point. Because the thing is, Ragnar, unfortunately, what they did with the first 2 to 3 seasons of Vikings with Ragnar is they made him such a fucking hero to everybody watching it that was like, you just couldn't beat him. He was so good. Chernobyl was excellent. Oh, no, I can't do this, Liberty Fires.
Maybe we need a top 5.
Maybe we need like a top 25. Top 25 series, right? I don't, oh my God, Chernobyl was amazing.
Yeah.
Chernobyl was so good.
I didn't really learn about that in school. Well, I don't know. My school days are a blur, I'll be honest.
Big shout out to Rue, you absolute fucking legend, gifting 5 memberships on the channel. Thank you so much. You're a hero. I can now update my little Ghibli Wibbler here from 22 to another 7. I need another 6 actually. So 22, 6, 8. There you go.
Right, I think I've got my 3. It's the morning show.
Really?
Yeah, I love, because of the whole Me Too thing, and I didn't really follow the news, didn't know who half the actresses and actors were because I'm not into like current pop culture and all the rest. So seeing it play out like that, and how the narrative gets twisted and everything else, it was really, really interesting. It's not factual. It's just a morning show thing. And then call the midwife.
No. I said top 3. We don't cheat and go top 5.
Okay, all right. Top is Band of Brothers. Okay. Second is Afterlife and Vikings. It's allowed, right? You didn't say.
Well, no. You can't share spots.
You can have a joint second.
It's not
Why
a
can't you?
participation
Why can't you have a joint
medal,
second?
Liam.
Why can't you have a joint second? If someone's got the same
no.
points, they both come second.
Right, 3 entries, so joint second and first then.
No. Prison Break season 1.
Oh, I tried.
Prison Break season 1 was excellent.
The tattoo
I mean, season 2 and 3, dog shit. Season 1, amazing.
Did you ever watch 24?
No.
Okay, me neither.
No, I didn't have the time. Get it? Game of Thrones. How are we forgetting about Game of Thrones as well?
Oh, yeah.
Game of Thrones, excellent until season 10. Or whatever the last season was, 8. What was the last season? Excellent until the last one, right?
Did you ever watch Lost?
No.
That apparently the last season, what on earth happened? Apparently it was a dream and they all woke up or something. Huge fan theory.
This is the busiest my chat's ever been. And we're not even talking about fucking 40k right now. We've dropped in numbers down to 130 people, but those that are staying are really into TV shows. I dig it. I'm into it.
We loves the TV.
Boris says Deep Space Nine greater than TNG. I don't know what those things mean. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure. Prison Break. The plot twists were endless. Yeah, they were.
Actually, we watched that other show, Blackbird.
Top 3 single seasons. Liberty Fires. I can't do that. Blackbird was good. Blackbird was fucking
really good. Especially as it had Taron Egerton in.
Blackbird, the guy who plays the lunatic in Blackbird, was frighteningly good.
Yeah.
You were sat there going, he is fucking creepy.
He is a lunatic. He's not. He's an American comedian.
Breaking Bad. I've tried to watch Breaking Bad like 3 times.
Yeah, it's not happening.
And the problem is I feel like it's a show I have to watch. Okay, so when I'm putting shows on here on my computer when I'm hobbying, I genuinely put nothing on that I haven't already seen typically, so I can hobby and I don't have to watch. Because if I get drawn into the show, that's it. Then I'm stuck watching the show, right? So I only put on. I will
Magic
honestly.
roundabout.
I cycle through things like Band of Brothers, Walking Dead, Vikings. Mighty Boosh is amazing. I cycle through everything that I've already watched because I can hobby and I don't have to. I listen to it and I know what's going on because I've seen it before. With Breaking Bad, because I haven't seen it before, I want to watch it when I can sit and actually watch it, which means doing it in the living room, which means normally our only evening that we have together, which is a Saturday evening. And if Lucy isn't feeling it, we'll watch something different.
Clarkson's fan.
So that's one of those ones where I've never really. I think with the last time we tried to watch it, we got 2 or 3 episodes in, and I know it's a slow starter. I get that it's a slow starter, but I just can't. Smarvin Super Chat's $1. You're a hero. Thank you. Blue Bloods, not watched that one either. There's so many series. I hope you're writing all these down.
I don't think we've got this. This is on the retirement list. We don't have the time for the next 20 years.
We don't have the time. There's some great series in there though. Anyway, we are well past the end of the show.
Ooh, Jay says wife gets me hooked on Korean dramas.
Carl of Hodgie says Fake Taxi. I'm not sure we should listen to everything chat says.
Have you never heard of Fake Taxi?
That's definitely a trap.
Desperate Housewives. Oh, there was drama on and off of that.
Sorry, Aspo. No. So Stuart Thorpe's got his 3 down to The Wire, Deep Space Nine, Afterlife, and Fringe.
Yeah.
Good
That's
maths,
definitely
Stuart.
3.
Good maths, top maths. Top maths.
Oh yeah, my fact.
Watchmen on HBO. Oh, there's too much.
What a lovely place to be, that there's too many good shows.
There's just too many great shows. That's the problem. There's a few good shows. There's too many great shows. Trick Liam, don't answer. Yeah, I know, right? Luther. I've not seen Luther. I've heard there's a... What's the one that we would... There's one Joe keeps on about we haven't watched. recently, a recent-ish series. Like superheroes if they were not superheroes but were bad guys.
Stranger Things.
Joe keeps telling me watch Stranger Things.
The only reason I know about Stranger Things is because the actress Millie Bobby Brown was bullied by the media. That's the only reason I keep hearing about Stranger Things.
Noir Seul says, actually, very interesting stream. Like, it normally isn't. Thanks, mate. Boris says, hey, Dougie. My youngest, if he heard that, would be straight down here like, yup, hey, Dougie.
Yeah, did someone say Dougie? No.
With his hey, Dougie fucking duvet set and his hey, Dougie teddy bear that sings. Jesus Christ. Have you got one? Are you ready? Should we do this? Should we do the facts and then shut it down?
Hold on.
The Boys? What's The Boys? I've not seen that one. Oh, I've got so much stuff to binge watch now. I feel like I have to go all the way back through The Walking Dead and the other one.
What?
The other terrible one. What's the other terrible one? With Sam and Dean. Tell me. I said it earlier.
Oh God, not.
I said it earlier.
It's about ghosts and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, Supernatural.
Supernatural.
That's the one I need to binge, right? Supernatural. Okay, anyway, right. Love The Boosh. The Boosh was incredible. Yeah. The Boosh is one of those things, though, which is definitely Marmite, right? You either love it or you hate it. You either love it, and it's stupid humour that a lot of people will watch it and go, that's just not funny. My voice is going now. That's just not funny. What?
Crispy.
What?
He said, love The Boosh. I went to watch Mighty Boosh live in London years ago. Got pissed before the show. Didn't look crossing the road and got hit by a car. Pissed, so walked it off. Hurt the next day. Should really go to a hospital.
Watch The Boys. What's The Boys? I need to see. Oh, this is the one. This is the bad guys. The good guys. That's bad guys. Is that the one? The Boys is the superhero show you're talking about. That's the one. But the other one, Stranger Things, is definitely the one that Joe said we need to watch as well. I love the Mighty Boosh. It's fucking incredible.
We are super magic men.
We stay up till 5 a.m. Yeah. All right. Anyway, let's not tumble down this rabbit hole.
We're
right?
back in the room.
We're back in the room. Okay. Right. So I need to get my magical voiceover that everyone's jealous of. Ready, steady.
The oldest living tree in the world is in California. It is around 4,843 years old, but the exact location of the tree is a secret.
So I'm going to tell you how old a tree is, but not tell you where it is.
Yeah, that's a lie. There is no tree.
I am so happy it's the twins' first birthday today already here in Romania. The 3rd of November 2022. Had to share it with you. Specifically starting the day with you.
Well, first of all, congratulations, Adrian. That's amazing. But secondly,
has never been a year.
I remember when they were born and we were like, he told us on the stream.
Yeah.
The twins have been born.
That's mad. It's been a year.
We've been with you for over a year, Adrian. You're a legend. Thank you so much. What a hero.
Wow.
Where are we? Let's have a look at these facts, right?
Colonel says it's true.
How do you know it's true if you don't know where it is?
Yeah, do you know where the tree is?
That sounds like rubbish. Oh, I think you'll find, actually. How old is that tree, Luce?
4,843
years old. I know a tree that's 5,231 years old.
Okay.
Hmm.
Did you count all the rings?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you where it is, though.
Okay, I believe you.
The location's secret. No one knows where it is, so...
Because people kept trying to take souvenirs.
No, it's a secret. I'm not showing where my 5,000-year-old tree is. So there. You know? Just saying. Happy Gilmore, I call bullshit. Yeah, exactly. If you tell people where the tree was, someone would cut it down. Well, it's had its time.
There's a whole valley of ancient trees in Australia, and no one is allowed to know where it is.
This is sounding sus, right?
This is a thing.
This is sounding sus. Right. Anyway, it is now 10:15, so you've had basically a 2-hour stream out of me, and Wednesdays is supposed to be an hour, right?
Naughty chat.
So before you disappear, chat, please make sure you've hit all the relevant buttons that you need to hit tonight to make me a happy panda. Tomorrow night is Chat Plays. Chat Plays nonsense tomorrow evening. So 7:30 UK time tomorrow evening, which is now not 11:30 US time, but like 10:30 or some shit, or maybe it's like, I don't know. It's a different time to what you would expect if you're in the US until next week, because you change your cocks.
Whoa!
You change your cocks a week later. clocks a week later. Right, I'm tired. Okay, so you change your clocks. You cocks change your clocks a week later. So it will be a different time. Well, I'll put it up. I'll put the thingy up. I'll put the thing on. Right. I'll put the thing on. Okay. So at some point in the morning tomorrow, you'll have a little notification for when the stream was. It's chat plays. It's Orcs versus Guard. There's no lists. There's no list pictures. We just get straight into it, because the reason why we don't talk about lists is because you guys get to basically just wildly interact with the show in a way in which you choose. Friday we then go back to 40k After Dark. Sunday's the Sunday show. Tune into all of my wonderful shows, please, pretty please. You're all amazing. I love you very, very dearly. You're all incredible. Megan has shouted out tuning into Hobby Titans. So after this, Hobby Titans will be going live in a couple of hours. Hobby Titans is a whole different channel from Tabletop Titans. Check out Hobby Titans. I can't feed the audience into Hobby Titans because I'm not an approved feeder. It's your job.
What? Sorry, say that all again.
Don't worry, it was a joke that didn't land. So check out Hobby Titans. They basically sit there painting, building stuff. It's cool to chill out and chat more 40k. That's about that. Join us tomorrow evening. Join us Friday. Luton, I've seen your message. I will DM me after this, mate. Just have a brief thought to ping at you. Here it is. This is the Luton everyone subscribe to Liam video.
Oh, good. Okay, good. We've been waiting patiently.
You're all amazing. I love you very, very dearly. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.